X in my name is not just a symbol or a target sign. A spell that attracts all who spit facts online all the time.
Can you see it? All the ones who drag my name every single day. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? They keep saying you don't have what it takes to carve out your own name underneath the shadows of gods. And I keep waiting for the day disbelievers say I flew way too close to the sun. I wait, but it never really comes. The X in my name is not just a symbol or a target sign. A spell that attracts all who speak facts online all the time. The X in my name is not just a symbol or a target sign. A force that compels all to rebel from all right shackled minds. Why do they just stand there against when they fall from the battles I have overcome? You feel it, feel the cope and the seething tone that they make while I stand up, man among gods. And I keep thinking with my mill, shooting ropes in my cold that faces towards the sun. They hate, but I'm sitting comfy with their mom. The X in my name is not just a symbol or a target sign. A spell that attracts all who speak facts online all the time. The X in my name is not just a symbol or a target sign. A force that compels all to rebel from all that shackled minds. The X in my name is not just a symbol or a target sign. A spell that attracts all who speak facts online all the time. The X in my name is not just a symbol or a target sign. A force that compels all to rebel from all right shackled minds. It's you and me, your mom, it's going to take another hit from my name. You've seen now, watch me not now, punch your face now, let me show you how.
All right, everybody. Good evening and welcome to another stream. It's so good to see all of you guys. Hello, Coded, Narrative, Straw Hat Monty, Wingo, Grazza Triton, Cryptid T, Intentions Nasty, of course. Good to see you as well. As you guys can see, we've got a new bit of stream art. You guys are seeing a new starting soon screen and a new thumbnail for streams, which was lovingly created, I believe, by Intentions Nasty in chat. I really like it. Look how pretty. Look how cool it is. That is right there in chat with the green name. Look at that. New background. And the cool thing about this is we're going to add to it. Like like what you see here, the starting soon screen, it's not like done. Like, I'm going to add to it over time with relevant sort of imagery and memes that are sort of known to the channel, which is why there's so much room there to add to it. So it's going to be iterated on as, like, more community memes get built up, so to say. But yeah, it's so good to see all of you. You did a really good job, Intentions Nasty. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and hell yeah, that sounds fun. It's gonna be awesome. I'm so excited to see, like, what it's gonna look like in a year when when it has, like, a bunch of extra stuff on there. But I had a fun last couple days. For those that don't know, I had my friend Ethan over. He flew out from Texas, and having him over has been a great time, but it did kind of mix up my stream schedule, so I haven't been able to produce content in terms of streams as much as I wanted to. But Ethan left earlier today, so things are back on schedule, and we're back on the regular programming. I know, I miss him. I miss him. It was fun having him here. He was here for a week. But, here's some good news, chat. The day before yesterday, or was it yesterday? I think it might have been yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday, I think. Yesterday, we managed to squeeze in, me and Ethan, going shooting at the range with Walsh and Demon Mama. It was really, really fun. We went to a different range this time, and I got to shoot some different guns as well, and it was just a better experience all around. Unironically, the first range we went to, as good as it was that it was outdoors. It was cold. Like, literally, loading rounds into the magazines was painful. Like, I could only load, like, half a mag before the cold, like, just got to be too much for my fingers. So we went to an indoor gun range this time, and I got to shoot a Beretta, and I got to shoot a Beretta APX, and I got to shoot a CZ Scorpion and a 1911. I was really excited for the 1911 because obviously, you know, Resident Evil 7 gun. But yeah, it was really, really cool, and I got video of it, of course. So it's time to see me shoot the Beretta APX for the first time. I didn't expect this, but I ended up getting a bullseye my first time shooting the Beretta. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, I did the video. The only video I have of me shooting the 1911 is doing it one-handed, and that was shooting 45 ACP, I believe. So it was hard to shoot one-handed, and that's also not even mentioning it's a full steel-framed gun, so it's like, you know, heavy. Anyway, here's me shooting the Beretta.
Filming?
Filming? All right. Perfect. I'm gonna take bottom. Sound good? Bottom right?
Yep. Good.
So it's also way more
Bullseye. Bullseye.
Do you mind if I do a magazine with this? Yeah, sure. So I get in all the... Top right. I've already shot like half the top right. Definitely the edge of my skill here.
Good job.
Pretty good. Hell yeah. Oh gosh, as long as you're being safe. Oh, we are in Texas here. Ethan flew from Texas, and we went to a shooting range here in Washington. Demon Mama said you were a great shot. Oh, that's so nice of her. Yeah, Demon Mama's a really good shot, too. I think we're all pretty good at shooting, generally speaking. I just need more practice, really. I talked to the people at the gun store. Oh my god, I gotta tell you guys what I learned when I was at the gun store at this range, but I'll play you guys the videos of me shooting first. So I got a bullseye my first time shooting the Beretta APX, which is pretty cool. It's about 15 feet away, so not bad. But what was really fun to shoot as well, this was a rental gun from the shooting range. This wasn't one of ours, was the CZ Scorpion, and it was suppressed too. This was a lot of fun to shoot. This was so much fun to shoot. My groupings were tight on this one too. I didn't hit the bullseye. I was hitting like down here. As it turns out with this gun, you do not want to aim directly at the target with your iron sights. You want to aim quite a bit above it, a little bit above it, because your shots go a little low. But my groupings were tight, like really tight with this gun. And this was my first time shooting it. I was pretty proud of that. So here's me shooting the silenced or suppressed CZ Scorpion.
You got the safety off? It's really good now.
Watch how smooth this thing is. Watch how little recoil this gun has. It looks like I'm shooting an airsoft gun. can see the holes kind of forming there. You can see how tight the grouping is. So I'm aiming there. Like my iron sight is directly aimed here, but my shots are all grouping very tightly straight down here. Show us the target. You can see the target. You can see the bullets hitting the target. Can you not actively see the holes like punching into the target right there? I'm hitting like way below bullseye, but the grouping is tight. Here, let me rewind it so you can see the holes. So here it is. I like not having shot. Just watch this part here and you can see the holes form. Very nice gun. Very fun to shoot. Very, very fun to shoot. Had a lot of fun with that one. And then, of course, I absolutely had to try shooting some 45 ACP out of the 1911 one-handed. I'd already shot the 1911 at this point with two hands, but I had to try it one-handed. I had to try doing it one-handed. And it is a lot harder than it looks. Mostly it's the weight of the gun that makes it hard. You'll see how much it shakes because it's so hard to hold it still.
All right, go.
Lots and lots of juice. They are very one hand is rough.
One hand. Which target you going for?
My aim is fucking shit with the one hand. I'm not doing this for hitting the target. I'm doing this just to see if I can do it without hurting my wrist.
Middle.
Left middle. Okay. You're aiming.
Have I tried it sideways? No. I don't think ranges will allow it. Yeah, the 1911 is really fun though. I really like the 1911. It's fun to shoot. It's it very much just pops off in your hand. It's very, very fun. But here's me shooting the Beretta again. I have another video of me shooting the Beretta later on from further away. And in this video, it actually jammed. And I had to unjam it halfway through, but I was able to empty the magazine, so it's a good video.
All right, you're good.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's still gonna fucking kill someone.
Aim,
Oh, yeah, sure, but
like I did last time.
Yeah,
the difference is enormous.
man, I really.
I pushed forward a little bit there when the gun jammed. Did you notice that? I hadn't noticed that before. The gun jamming is always actually, like, if you think about it, the gun jamming is actually kind of beneficial. Because it lets you see whether or not you flint. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Look at the shell. Whoop. 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 Bleh. 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 I'm sorry. I have a special kind of autism. But no, when it jams, it lets you know whether or not you're moving too much when you pull the trigger. Do gun ranges give you options for different types of guns to shoot, or do you need to use your own gun? You can bring your own gun, but you can also generally rent guns at ranges for a price, and you would have to buy ammo for it. But if it's a gun that they're renting out at the range, they'll allow you to buy the ammo for it there. The thing about bringing your own guns and your own ammo is, depending on what it is, they might not allow it, you know? Like, they won't allow FMJ, green tip, anything that lights up. So no tracer rounds, no dragon's breath. A lot of ranges won't even allow you to shoot shotguns if they're indoors. There's some rules, but like, if you don't have a gun and you're 18 or older, you can literally go into pretty much any shooting range, sign a waiver, and rent a gun and buy a box of bullets and like shoot at the range. You just have to, you know, give them the gun back when you're done. But yeah, it is You go there and you pick. But yeah, this is it jams in a second here. I think this might have been a rental gun too. I think that's why it jammed, is because it's a rental gun. Because the Scorpion jammed too. Yeah. Damn thing jammed, but I'm pretty sure the Beretta was a rental because it jammed. Because none of the guns that we've used that weren't rentals have jammed while using them. So those rental guns, they have a lot of rounds put through them, so they do jam a lot. I know that in Texas, at least, they can rent out fully automatic weapons as long as they have the licenses and the weapons registered. Yeah, if you go to a actual range, then they can do that. But yeah, the guns were fun to shoot. We'll probably go shooting again, but it's going to be my turn to buy ammo, okay? I feel so bad going to the range with friends and shooting their guns and their ammo. I think... Don't tell any of them, okay? Don't give this away, but I think what I'm gonna get Demon Mama and Walsh for Christmas, respectively, are like each of them. I'm gonna get them like one of those giant metal ammo cases, and just buy a shit ton of boxes of ammo for whichever gun they bring to the range the most. And just for Christmas, each of them gets a massive steel box of ammo for their favorite gun that they shoot with at the range. I feel like that would be a really useful Christmas gift. Cause ammo's expensive, but shooting is fun, you know? So like, yeah, if you have a friend who likes guns and you want to give them a good gift, find out what gun they take to the range most and buy them a shit ton of ammo for Christmas. What's the most exotic gun people here have shot? For me, it's either the light bazooka that almost broke my nose or an AA machine gun. I guess the most exotic gun I've shot... I mean, it depends on what you mean by exotic. If by, like, hard to get your hands on, even as an American, probably the CZ Scorpion here. I'm pretty sure this would be the most exotic gun I've shot.
You got the safety off?
Yeah, I'm pretty certain this here is the most exotic gun that I shot. Because I don't think you're allowed to own these, at least in my state. I know you're not allowed to own them anymore, or not allowed to buy them anymore. But the Mosin would be like the most, like, non-American gun I guess I've shot, because the Mosin's Russian. Is the 1911 Russian? No, it's not, isn't it? I think it's an American gun. Hold on. 1911 gun history. Is it an American gun? There's also a barrel actually come over. Colt. Okay, Colt. So American. Yeah, American. It was a service pistol. I'm thinking of something else. The look of the 1911 has been carried on in a lot of other handgun designs, and it's easy to mix them up. If you just, like, look at them, like, at a glance, and you're like, oh, is that a 1911? Oh, no. No, it's not. It's a fool's 1911. Yeah, I was thinking of the Makarov. The Makarov's such a funny gun. Look at it. You know when you're playing DayZ and you find one of these, you're fucked. When this is the only gun you can find, and you can't find bullets or a magazine for it in DayZ standalone, you know you're fucked. It's over. It's all ogre. Someone's gonna just snipe you from the top of a hill with an SKS, and you'll just be right back to the beach. All right. So, everybody, we got a lot of exciting stuff to cover today. Whole lot of exciting stuff to cover today. It's going to be an exciting stream. Where to start, though? Where to start? Ooh, you know what? We'll start with some YouTube drama. I can think of no better way to start off the stream than with some petty YouTube drama. Okay. You all know what to do when I say action, right? 3, 2, 1. Action. Alright, everybody. We're starting off today's stream with a little bit of a drama segment. You see, I don't really often get into non-political clout content creator drama, but everybody is talking about this right now. And to be fair, it is revolving around a content creator that I've been known to watch in the past. And I figured, you know what? I might as well get into it on stream because I thought about getting into it off stream and watching this, like finding out about all the details of this drama. But I figured I shouldn't deprive you guys of the entertainment value of me talking about it and me having an opinion and learning about it on stream. So here we are. You see, the content creator we're talking about right now goes by the name of Illuminati. I actually have watched a fair amount of her content, not recently necessarily, but certainly in the past I've watched quite a few of her videos, and I think generally her videos are pretty good, pretty entertaining. She has 1.69 million subscribers. That's probably going to change very soon for the worst. But just recently, on Twitter, she started some shit. Now, this is my understanding of the drama so far, and I'm probably going to get a little bit of stuff wrong here, but we're going to watch a video on it in just a second, so any mistakes that I make here will be immediately disproven, so make sure that you stick around. My understanding is that Illuminati threw shade at Legal Eagle, another very large YouTuber who I must admit I am biased in favor of in this whole thing because Legal Eagle's the fucking GOAT. She decided to throw some shade at Legal Eagle, accusing him of plagiarism. Which is interesting, you know, Legal Eagle is a lawyer, you know, a random YouTuber accusing a lawyer of breaking the law, a lawyer who does YouTube content of breaking the law, is interesting to say the least, but basically all of this has sparked a massive, cancellation of Illuminati. Because not only, apparently, is the reason she's claiming Legal Eagle is engaging in plagiarism completely, unfounded, but she is also engaged in plagiarism, apparently. And not only that, but apparently she has also done a bunch of other horrible stuff that is boiling up to the surface right now and people are talking about. For example, apparently she's a swatter. I haven't heard many more details than that, but that's sort of like the surface of the dirt on this woman that has been boiling up to the surface. It is fucking crazy how much is coming out about her on Twitter. I don't really know all of the details, but Boblack's a friend of the channel who makes drama content. He made a video recently called Twitter versus Illuminati, and, Boblax makes some pretty good drama content. He's good at sort of recapping this stuff and going over all of the shit that's gone down on Twitter, so there really isn't much else to say other than let's get into it. I'm excited to see what's really going on here. Zan investigation hours.
So Illuminati is calling out lawyer YouTuber Legal Eagle for plagiarism? She tweets out, "Not Legal Eagle editors broaching my editors to take my video style, and then when they didn't give up the info, they literally copied it. And by the way, I have the messages from my editors, and found an email from them too. Just changed the color from purple to blue. Huh? Interesting. So I went through my emails and found this, just outright saying, yeah, I'm gonna do this, but if you could make it easier for me, I'd appreciate it. She then shows an email that says, hey Blair, I work as an editor for Legal Eagle, and I was wondering if there was some After Effects plugin you guys use for things like the intro to the first NFL video, where the lighter colors appear to stick out in 3D. We could recreate it, but we figured there was probably a faster method you guys were using. Here's the video I'm talking about, just so you know what I mean. Thanks.
Dog, you don't have a fucking monopoly on an editing style. What? What? You can't copyright a style of editing your videos. It isn't plagiarism to literally go to someone, ask them, hey, I like this editing method you use for your videos. How do you do it? And then to like, replicate the editing. Now, if it was, like, completely ripping, like, the format that somebody makes their video edits, like, let's say somebody's videos are, like, the editing is integral to the videos, like they make YouTube poops or something, maybe there'd be more of an argument to make if it was, like, this person definitively and provably is aping my editing style for my videos where the entire, attraction is the way that it is edited, but this is not the case. These are both channels that make videos about topics, and the editing is just flourish to help it be presented in a more digestible way, a more entertaining way. How can you try to claim that your way of editing the colors for the intro of your video? What? I didn't even know this was what she was claiming. I just knew she was claiming some kind of plagiarism. Not that it was really this tenuous.
Danny. Illuminati continues her thread by saying, also went to my Discord server to try and get more to cop the style. She then shows Danny in the Discord server saying, am I allowed to post a video essay I made that was inspired by Blair's channel? Or is there like no self-promotion? Also, is there any way I can talk to one of the video editors? I edit for Legal Eagle and wanted to know how they did a specific effect. Flo the Dragon Ghost responds by saying, you have to—
They're literally asking about a specific effect. Okay. Chat, it gets worse. Like, for Legal Eagles editors or for Illuminati? Balth. Oh, I'm assuming it gets bad for Illuminati, considering your last message. Okay, Balth. Holy shit. Think of how diluted her mind must be in order to misunderstand. Hey, what's that plugin you used for that effect? As, hey, can I rip your entire video style? Yeah, like, really. Fucking really. It's like, hey, I liked that sort of melting fade out you used for that scene transition. How do I do that? Oh my god! Legal Eagles editors are trying to copy my style! What? Okay, I should also mention, by the way, as a YouTuber with an editor, every act that your editor engages in is not, like, overseen and approved by the creator that they're editing for. Like, my editor goes out of their way to like, talk to other creators and, like, build connections and bridges and, like, has a life outside of me. Like, this isn't, like, some mark on Legal Eagle that they're even if this was, like, their editor going out, or Legal Eagle's editor going out to try to find out how to ape that style, like, that's their editor, not Legal Eagle. That's just their editor wanting to get better at editing and asking for tips on how to improve. Like, dude.
To be level 2 to post link. Then the best place for that would be advertise yourself /others. Danny responds, and about talking to the editing team? I've emailed in the past but got no response, so I figured I'd try here. And then she shows the examples of this alleged plagiarism, and I mean, I'll just let the pictures speak for themselves.
Example A. And there's like the rip. Example B. Wait, what's the... Is this supposed to be like the top and that's the bottom? Wait, this is what she's claiming she has the rip. Like this rip is plagiarism is what she's claiming. Is it this design where you have a rip? And the idea of like using a highlighter to highlight certain words. What? Guys, we know definitively that the editor was inspired by the editing from Illuminati's videos to do this, but that's not plagiarism. That's not what plagiarism is. If they were literally copying the subject matter of the videos, maybe it would be, but this is just basic edits. Oh my god. Like, listen, one of the biggest mistakes that came out of YouTube was the fact that any dumb fuck can start a YouTube channel and get really popular, and it'll inflate their ego to the size of the goddamn Empire State Building. And the next thing you know, like some edit that they feel like they've basically come to own, that they figured out in Sony Vegas, like they'll believe they own that, and if somebody else uses it, then they're like infringing on their copyright. And it's like, dog, you make YouTube videos, all right? It's an edit you did in Sony Vegas. You do not own it. If anyone owns it, it's Sony Vegas. Either Sony Vegas or Adobe After Effects. Like, there's very few programs that most large YouTubers are likely to use for editing.
And let you guys come up with your own conclusion, but needless to say, I think these claims are a little bit silly. Regardless, she ended off her thread by saying, "And to be honest, I wouldn't have believed any of this was trying to replicate my videos, if not for the email and Discord stuff that was done preemptive to their video coming out. Like, talk about, can I copy your—
Oh my god, look at that ratio. 76 comments, 213 likes. That's a rough scene right there. Oof.
homework? Yeah, just make it a little different," shaking my head. Leon Lush responds to her by saying, "Both examples, all I'm seeing is some incredibly common editing style/technique that have been used in thousands of videos. Not sure why you're trying to make this a thing. Honestly, example B made me laugh. If you've watched a documentary in
He's
your
completely
life,
right.
you've seen this exact edit, and you were using it as an example of someone copying you."
Leon Lush there is completely right. That's exactly what I thought. Like, I'm pretty sure I've seen tons of YouTube drama videos that use that same highlighter effect to try to make a point when covering a specific, like, a quote from, a big portion of text. Like, I've seen that edit used before outside of Legal Eagle and Illuminati videos.
Def Noodles says, "You're trying to claim the most basic editing style. Literally turn on your TV and put on 50 different true crime docs, and you'll find the same style in 45 of them. This just seems weird and petty." Avery Howard says, "I might be wrong here, but A, Legal Eagle has been using those styles, the ripped paper and highlighter, for years, and B, the question wasn't about those styles anyway, but rather a particular effect that they wanted to know how it was done. There's no copying here."
Wait, they're completely right. That style has been a thing in Legal Eagle's videos for years. The thing they were asking about as far as advice for editing was for a completely different thing. So, like, it wasn't even evidence that that was plagiarized, quote unquote. It's literally just evidence that Legal Eagle's editor watches Illuminati and was like, I like that edit. Let me ask how it was done. Oh my god, there are legitimately big YouTubers out there that are just bad people. Like, there's really nothing else to say about it. And they're just kind of bad. You know? Like, they're just kind of mean. H Bomber Guy, let's go. H Bomber Guy mentioned?
H Bomber Guy quote tweets Illuminati and says, "Just to clarify, one of Legal Eagle's editors asked one of your editors what plugin they use for a personal video they were working on for their own channel. I take plagiarism really seriously, so I'm interested in an explanation of what exactly is wrong here." He then shares a Twitter video with the caption, "Personally, Illuminati, I would define plagiarism as something a bit more specific. For example, copying someone else's documentary directly into your script."
Professor Hugh Fudenberg.
Professor Fudenberg has long been controversial.
A man named Hugh Fudenberg, a former immunologist who has been long controversial.
In 1989, he was caught up in a bizarre lawsuit involving the Food and Drug Administration, which told him he had to stop injecting his autistic child patients with blood products.
In 1989, he was caught up in a bizarre lawsuit with the Food and Drug Administration, which told him he had to stop injecting his autistic patients with blood products.
And you know what's so funny about this is most of these types of YouTubers who make like these documentary type videos where it's like really high quality editing, like that's really all you need to lend authenticity to a video like this is like high production quality editing. Besides that, you can literally just read the Wikipedia page of a topic in your video as the script, and it can get over 1 million views. With barely anybody calling that out, if the editing is good enough in its presentation. That is one of the biggest lessons I have learned in my time on YouTube, is you can convince people of the most evidently stupid shit ever if the editing in the video is smooth enough. It's just that simple. It really is that easy.
Then in 1995, he was suspended from practicing medicine and made to pay a $10,000 fine for his misuse and misprescribing of controlled drugs.
Then in 1995, he was suspended from practicing medicine and made to pay a $10,000
Hey, look, it's the,
fine for his
edit.
misuse of prescribing controlled drugs.
Dude, she doesn't even edit her own videos or write her own scripts. She just does the voiceover. Really? Like, did she ever write or edit her videos? Because I feel you have to already have been, like, successful to hire editors and writers. So at one point, she must have been. Interesting.
Trying maybe responds, changing has long been controversial to has been long controversial is objectively very funny. Sleepy Steve says, it always seems to be actual plagiarists who seem to make the most frequent, absurd, and unjustified accusations of plagiarism. Not enough that they steal ideas. They have to go out of their way to
Dude, somebody just came into my Twitch chat to complain about the most self-report thing ever, okay? Imagine, it's 11:33 p.m. at night. You come into the Twitch chat of a streamer, and out of nowhere, say, dude, you made a video saying most trans porn searches are Republicans, but when you look into the locals, they are Biden voting areas. You are a scrub, lol. Tell me you're not, or tell me you are a Republican in a Republican area that watches trans porn without telling me you're a Republican in a Republican area that watches trans porn. Dude, I love the internet. It's a sacred place. We must protect it. By all means, we must protect it. For those that don't know, it's completely true, by the way. Like, the highest rates of trans porn searches and femboy porn searches are in red states. Red states, in regards to those searches, dwarf blue states. I think it's Alabama has more searches for femboy porn than California. I have a meme, actually. I have a meme for this. Small stunlock, I know, it's not related to this, but I do have a meme for this. I saw this morning. This is such a good fucking meme. White nationalists when they find out about femboy porn.
I have more. I gotta sneak one. Just one. Then I'm off the stuff for good.
Fucking real, dude. Fucking real.
slander others' work for having the most banal similarities. Evie Lupine says, not gonna lie, I've noticed that several channels like Illuminati and Ready to Glare have made videos with direct, extensive quotes like this, without attributing the quote. One video was so bad, it was 80% reading a Wikipedia article verbatim and calling it original content.
Hey Cherry, when you edit this video, you should add like a little like edit where it like rewinds to me saying, dude, if you edit your videos well enough, you can literally just read the Wikipedia page for something and get 1 million views and no one will even notice. Can we rewind when I said that in the edit? Because I feel like that would do a really good job of sort of making the point, you know? How does he do it? No, this is like known. This is known, okay? The fact that so many of these big YouTubers just like read off the Wikipedia page, and guess what a bunch of them are going to be doing now? Using ChatGPT to write their scripts. They're going to use ChatGPT to write their scripts in like 10 seconds, read it off, have an editor edit it up, and you're going to see their production of videos like this go up significantly. Because that's one of the big things about using AI, is it's harder to check to see if it's plagiarism. But I do think there are ways. I do think there are ways to check. Not foolproof ways, but I think there are ways to check if like something was AI generated in regards to text. But yeah.
Tom says, oof, I used to watch her stuff, but found it odd how she was able to churn out so many video essays at a regular pace.
How do I do it? How do I fucking do it? Apollo, what's going on, bro? I'm just a random internet user. Why you gotta keep hitting me with the gift of prophecy? Xanderhall, they aren't good at checking. One found the U.S. Constitution to be 92% likely to be AI generated. Yeah, there are literally AI programs that are meant to check to see if something is AI generated, and they often give false positives.
No proof that anything malicious was going on, but the vibes were just off, you know? Glad it wasn't all just in my imagination. Ant the editor says, I mean, I'm annoyed you're all using the same font on Twitter that I do, without asking my permission. Thomas frankly responds, excuse me,
True.
That's my font. Inky Goat says, in retrospect, this should have been obvious. No person can make completely original or well-researched YouTube doc.
I like how half the people whose tweets have been shown in this video have trans flags in their names. The gender agenda is taking over. Even Boblax's timeline can't escape.
Documentaries multiple times a week. I'm surprised a lot of people didn't catch it earlier. I certainly didn't. Koba says point of view, showing a picture of a man with a hatchet, who I assume is H-Bomber guy, but I'm not too sure, to be honest. Anyways, Lasagna says, Harris, how dare you say this about the sole inventor of PowerPoint slide templates and highlighting text? We would still be in the Stone Age if not for her pioneering wisdom. Taconic says, I don't know what any of this is about, but this is very exciting, and I recognize a savage punch when I see one, lol. Justin says, but was she ever on MTV Cribs? How proud is her mother? Has she ever worked hand in hand with Shigeru Miyamoto? Cody Hauser says,
dude, I love fucking Legal Eagle. The dude's a goddamn legend. This is really clearly just like a clout grab. Either a massive ego fit, like she feels like her ego has been bruised, or it's a massive clout grab. What do you guys think? Bruised ego or huge clout grab? One for bruised ego, two for huge clout grab. One or two in chat. I want to see what you guys think. A lot of you seem to think bruised ego. Xanderhall, sadly, Lance from the Surfs was defending her because Illuminati is part of that leftist mafia thing. Leftist mafia? Like, left tuber, video essayist industrial complex? Is that what you mean? I mean, one of the people shitting on her was H-Bomber guy, who's, in that sphere. So that's surprising. But yeah, Lance doesn't like me and is cringe because of that, so that doesn't surprise me he'd have a bad take on this. Anyone who doesn't like me, it's just a big red flag. Not liking Xanderhall? Oof. Insta-block. Unironically real. I'm telling you, chat, if you use Twitter often, and you just ran a block on everybody who's ever tweeted anything negative about me, or liked a tweet that was negative about me, your Twitter experience would improve instantly. Just by blocking the Xanderhall derangement syndrome havers, all of you would have a better Twitter experience instantly. Because all of the worst people on Twitter fucking despise me. And love making it known. I mean, Xan doesn't do anything wrong. I do my best to keep my nose clean. I try to be a good boy. Yeah, anyway, let's continue.
Her channel makes mistakes in their videos all the time, so sometimes it's hard to take them seriously. MateBus says, everyone hates doing motion graphics, so everyone uses the same plugin. Feels like something so obvious to me. John Lewis says, okay, so I'm...
Yeah, like, once you get really good at editing and you do it, like, often enough, you start using plugins to make certain edits automatic. So, like, that's what they were asking about. Hey, I like this edit, I know how to do it, but do you have a plugin you use to make it automatic? That was what they were asking. It was literally for advice to make editing more convenient. Like, hey, you're another creator. Do you mind if I, like, ask if you have any tips on making this, like, type of edit more convenient? Like, if you have a plugin or whatever? Like, Jesus. How ego-driven can you be?
Not trippin'? I didn't see anything wrong either. We all take inspiration from each other. Like, a ton of people are using screen replace feature on TVs for a cool effect. Sarah B responds by saying, I stopped taking her seriously when I caught 3 pretty significant factual errors in the same video, including the baffling assumption that university in Canada is free. My ungodly student debt proves otherwise. Moonwalk Grab says, I almost took her seriously until I saw this, showing her example B of the plagiarism. Sabrina says, claiming ownership over highlighting article text at an off-kilter angle and a vignette/causation blur overlay sure is a hell of a choice when there's probably
Causation? Gaussian. Boblax. It's Gaussian. It's a Gaussian blur. It's not Gaussian.
thousands of YouTubers and documentarians who have done it for a decade plus. Blaze says, I'm shocked she's not going after Vox or BuzzFeed, because they've also used those types of motion graphics too. Instead, she went after a literal lawyer who has the intelligence to refute her claims immediately. And speaking of that, Vivro shows Legal Eagle's response to Illuminati and says, personally, if I were going to accuse a lawyer's editor of stealing from me and tag the lawyer, I would maybe double check to make sure they hadn't actually been doing it for years before I started doing it. He then, of course, shows Legal Eagle's response to Illuminati, which reads out, Hey Illuminati, I think this is a big misunderstanding. Perhaps great minds think alike. No one on my team is trying to copy you. Without an exhaustive review of your channel, I believe we used these 2 styles before your channel did. We've used them for 3 to 4 years.
Dude, I love Legal Eagle just coming in and dropping the hammer. What a legend. I simp for Legal Eagle, unironically, okay? He's a great YouTuber.
Plus, the 2 styles, a pseudo paper rip and a highlight, are extremely common on YouTube. The editor you were talking about didn't even design either of those 2 elements. Again, we've used them for 3 to 4 years at this point. Danny is a great and thorough editor. When he reached out via email, he was hoping to find out what plugin your team used on a particular video, a very common practice among editors. He was not looking to copy anyone's style. Danny is also a freelancer who makes his own videos. In the Discord, the video he
Yeah, that's what I was saying before. Like, when you're a YouTuber, you don't own your editor. Like, they don't, like, have to do, like, everything they do doesn't have to be, like, cleared by you. Like, my editor does stuff or posts stuff or says things all the time that I don't necessarily agree with, or that, like, you know, if I were the one who was posting it, I'd be like, I wouldn't post that. But, like, I don't control what my editor does. They're their own person. They can go out of their way to try to improve their editing skills on their own. Because editing is their job, it's their skill, and they're allowed to go out and do things that allow them to improve their skill. Like, it's so bizarre to try to not only make this look bad in some way, but even if it did look bad somehow, but to try to pin it on Legal Eagle. What? I'm just mind blown by all of this. Like, how could you genuinely try to make this into drama and think you're going to come out of it looking like the good guy?
Referenced was about being inspired by your subject matter, not your
True, Cherry keeps me in their basement.
Style. He's a fan of yours. The video was referencing a video of his own, not a Legal Eagle video. Here's the end of the Discord chat that Danny provided to me. He was trying to edit a video of his own using only DaVinci Resolve. He was always just looking for some technical help, and even thanked everyone anyway. He then shows a screenshot that starts with Danny's last message from the screenshot Illuminati provided, and then showing the 3 messages below that Illuminati cut out, where Flo the Dragon Ghost says, At Danny, this isn't really the place for that. This is just to ask questions about the server, as the mod team really isn't involved into editing. The editing team are busy people. Calpie responds, It's true, I'm very busy. To which Danny responds, Ah well, thanks for the help. Legal Eagle then ends off his
Wait, bro said Calpie, it's Kelpie. It's okay. Bo Blacks is Canadian. It's understandable.
By saying, YouTube is great because it's collaborative, and the rising tide raises all ships. My team and I always try to provide original, high-quality, informative content. We try to help others when they ask for it. There aren't really any trade secrets around here. I didn't know that Danny...
Motherfucker, I know how to read! When me and Balth hang out, it's just gonna be non-stop, like, Canadian racism out of my mouth, and it's gonna start to actually offend Balth.
Reached out to you, but I don't fault him for doing so. If anything, I think everyone on the platform should be more open and sharing. Anyway, if you feel differently or want to hash it out, my DMs are open. Wonderstruck YT responds to Legal Eagle by saying, feels like we're about to go down this rabbit hole except towards editors and effect. Imagine being so wrapped in your own echo chamber that you think
Oh, the fucking Fine Bros reaction video controversy. Who remembers that? What a goddamn blast from the past that is. Oh, I remember decorating my Christmas tree in 2016. Or it would have been like, it would have been taking down the Christmas tree in 2016, not decorating it. Yeah, I was taking down the Christmas tree. And I remember listening to a Philip DeFranco video about the drama. God, what a blast from the past. Feels like just yesterday.
you're the pioneer of your style that other channels have used for years. They then show an image referencing the Fine Bros controversy from 2016, where they tried to claim copyright over all React content. Holmes responds to Legal Eagle by saying, and in today's edition of Dumb Things I See on the Internet, content creator accuses an actual lawyer of stealing commonly used things, without speaking to said lawyer first. Jane Smith says, I went to go look at example B, and was confused when the text was different. Then I realized it was the highlighter effect. That effect has been around since before YouTube was even a thing. That has a specific marker made for it. Are you kidding me?
The concept of highlighting, God. I still can't get over that. I genuinely can't. What was she thinking? What is she smoking? Because I fucking need some.
Dr. Bravo 2 says, can't wait for the, can you copyright a basic ubiquitous video effect? Video. Now all of these people so far have been against Illuminati. So let me show a tweet from the one person who did defend her.
Dude. I love how Lance, in almost every drama that happens, just like goes out on the limb to make the left look bad. Like he'll just take the position that's like unpopular in a drama that's happening and just make the entire left look bad. And like every centrist normie like creator online will see the tweet or the take and be like, what are these crazy lefties saying? It happened with the Mr. Beast stuff too. When, like, everyone was shitting on people who were criticizing Mr. Beast for the blind, curing the blind thing. And, the Surfs had a big tweet, criticizing Mr. Beast, and everybody was dunking on the left, because of that tweet. Like, Lance's tweet basically, like, colored the perception of the left going after Mr. Beast. Even Mr. Beast replied to Lance himself. Yeah, like, Lance is out there making us all look bad sometimes. He makes good tweets usually, but when it comes to, like, butting in on anything like this, he basically just ends up taking the worst position and then making a big tweet about it that makes the entire online left look like they hold that position. And that's what the right pushes for a while.
Thing. That has a specific marker made for it. Are you kidding me? Dr. Bravo 2 says, can't wait for the, can you copyright a basic ubiquitous video effect? Video. Now all of these people so far have been against.
Yeah, apparently the Surfs runs a podcast with Illuminati. But like, so? Oh, the Surfs is biased and will defend the bad behavior of other YouTubers that he associates with? Oh wow, what a great reflection of this person's character. He's also friends with Thought Slime. Oh, interesting.
Against Illuminati. So let me show a tweet from the one person who did defend her. The Surfs responded to Legal Eagle by saying, dude, it's very shady behavior. At least own up to it. I normally love your stuff, but this ain't it. I say that as a fan.
Oh, Lance.
Scott Curse responds to the surfs by saying, "How do you dislike a tweet? I thought this was a bait account until I clicked on your profile." And that
This random person ratioed Lance, too. Lance has 41 likes, and this random Twitter commenter who said, "I thought this was a bait account until I clicked on your profile," ratioed Lance. Oh my god, 216 replies to 41 likes. Oh. I don't know much about Thought Slime. Why does everyone hate them? Thought Slime has basically had a grudge against me for almost half a decade now. Basically, back in 2019, Thought Slime accused me of running a sex cult where I was apparently, like, grooming my fans. Completely, like, just made up. Like, he didn't, like, that didn't come from anywhere. He just kind of made that up. And, he had no evidence for it. I thoroughly debunked this claim, and now pretty much everybody in LeftTube, like, hates Thought Slime because of that. Like, everybody who doesn't suck. And Thought Slime and Sophie from Mars as well, because she also pushed that shit, get comments to this day asking them to apologize for lying about me and saying I have a sex cult. And every time anyone brings it up, they get blocked, and they'll double or triple down on it. Both of them have doubled and tripled down on this. So, like, if they're associating with them, then it's like, you know, like, fuck them.
That's about it for the discussion around Illuminati and her claim that Legal Eagle is trying to steal her editing style. I could not find any tweet besides the surfs defending Illuminati in this.
I just don't know what else to say, dude. I just don't know what else to say. Why can't I stop taking W's?
Situation, and I feel it's pretty self-explanatory as to why. I think this call-out was insane, and I have no idea what she was thinking, but if you have any different opinion, I would love to hear it in the comment section below, as I'm always open to broadening the discussion.
Oh, he doesn't go into the spicy shit here. This is just about the drama. Somebody just sent me a thread. Apparently this is somebody who used to work with Illuminati? Sad milk. My memory is fuzzy because despite how fun things started, it ended up being a source of stress that we've worked hard to move on from. I've honestly tried not to apply any active thought to it in a long time. While this is the first, I hoped it to be the last time addressing this. Before any projects, we were a few people who had just started our YouTube journeys and who were lucky enough to meet up with others we looked up to and respected in a Discord call one night, and just started riffing, genuinely enjoying one another's company and humor. Conversation amongst us would occasionally turn to future goals and whether we could all make this work, and we were all excited that our channels were doing well. Realistically, nowhere near full-time work, but more importantly to us, people were genuinely enjoying the content. When I started thinking about going full-time, my channel was making roughly 20 Canadian dollars a day. But I'd never been more sure in my life this was my dream. We were very open with the creators around us about what we hoped was possible, and that spooled up into potential projects. We'd all watch each other's content, genuine fans, but no real experience with how to make things really work. One of us had been around on the platform far longer with more experience in how YouTube worked and doing it as a job. Tons of advice we all appreciated and valued. Most of us did one-off collabs when we had time, genuine silly stuff, but not a whole lot of group group collab. New territory for us. We didn't know where to get started with sourcing editors. Sorry, I'm bad at reading. Started with sourcing editors and sorting content, etc., but after some quick conversations, it all just fell into place. One member of the group took the lead, and in a night we'd whipped up assets and a name and an idea. Sad milk. And it was a blast. A bunch of homies all hanging out in Discord doing nonsense. Some really good memories. What really solidified commitment amongst us, was when Click's channel was deleted by YouTube, on Christmas no less. I got a strike on Christmas Eve once, a false strike. The group was in a call when we saw, and called Click while he was asleep to make sure he could jump on it fast, and we all reached out to YouTube and made tweets. It took weeks for YouTube, over the holidays, to even give him a real review or response. And this was just when he'd gone full-time. It was high stress, but we were all there to support him. I even bugged him into us starting up a podcast to help distract him. Finally, they reviewed the issue, properly responded, and he got his channel back. After going through that together, we all felt we had each other's best interests at heart. We were friends and trusted one another implicitly. I love that it's just like a thing that could happen one day, you know? I could just wake up tomorrow and my channel's just fucking gone because YouTube made a mistake. And, like, good luck to me making enough of a shitstorm that somebody at YouTube, like, manually makes things right. Like that's just a thing that could happen. I could just wake up tomorrow and the Xander Hall channel could just be gone. Because YouTube made a mistake. A 1 ended up being a 0 when it should have been a 1, right? It literally could just be that. Any day. Any second it could happen. Any second. It's very unlikely, but literally any second. Does this story, like, get interesting? Oh, okay. So Illuminati left the group and started spreading lies about them. And then the Click person and Oz have both shared their thoughts as well to back this up. I guess Sad Milk was like a group they were in? Jesus. What a wild drama. I can't believe she genuinely had the ego to try to claim that she owned that editing style. That is wild. How do you guys like that segment? It was even worse? I'm sorry about that. I already ended the segment. Click's thread gets into more direct details about her. Alright, guys. I'm gonna let you all know something, okay? If you want to send me something interesting, please don't send me a thread that quote tweets the thread you want me to read. Please just send me the thread you want me to read. Because if you send me a link to a thread, I'm gonna read that thread. And if it's long, I'm not gonna feel like reading another thread afterwards. I'm just gonna end the segment. So double check your links before you send them to me, because I guess you guys sent me the wrong link. I did, Jaren. Don't remind me of that. It's sad. Alright. Alright. NB Champ, thank you for the tier 1 gift sub to Hobo Sapiens. I really appreciate that. It's a very kind $5. Very base, very pog of you. Thank you, thank you. By the way, if you're watching right now and you enjoy the stream and you enjoy my content and you want to support it, please consider simply dropping a like. It's completely free and it takes half a second and it really does help the channel a lot. I see we got 350 people watching over on YouTube right now. Consider hitting the like button. You know, even if you're watching on the site or Twitch right now, go over to my YouTube stream and hit that thumbs up. It really does help a lot. We got 127 likes right now. I feel like we can hit 150. Come on. I feel like we can hit 150. Ooh, 144? I know you guys have this in you. I know you have the power. What's this? Yeah, Jesus Christ, yeah. I'll be talking about that post, don't you worry. I shall be discussing that post for sure. Yeah, Empress Julia, that is downright deranged. Ugh. I just drank a whole monster, and now I feel like my stomach's gonna explode. Love that for me. I'm powerful. Okay. To everybody who likes, subscribes, donates, gift subs, really any form of support you send my way, I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys very, very much. Salty Internet Pirate, thank you for the tier 3 sub. How many months is that? Said, thanks for the Euro stream, but why is it on the morning that I've slept for 3 hours? Well, I had to stream tonight. So it ended up being a late one. I'm sorry, but thank you for the tier 3 sub. How many months is that? I don't want to undercredit you, my friend. 1 monther? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Very kind and very based of you. That is $20 dues right there. Yeah, no, I don't know if that's real, though, Summer Star. That's the thing. The only connection is that the profile picture is the same. It's too tenuous to, like, claim 100% true, you know? If more comes out about it and it seems more legit, I will, but yeah. Goal isn't updating? Oh, no, it updates. I just have to do it manually. I have to count up. So if you guys don't know, when I get donos, I have to count them up on my calculator, each individual one, and then I have to bring up this page where I have to click the end goal thing and then type out what my actual amount is. So I have to do it manually every single time whenever I want to update the dono goal. It doesn't happen automatically. Only when I do it manually. Let's make Xander Hall do math. Well, thankfully I've got a calculator. Whoa! Yo-ho! Whoa! Okay. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Okay. Alright. MBCham. Thank you very much for the 20 tier 1 gifted subs. I believe that is $100 dues right there. Just straight up. Just a clean, crisp 100. Holy crap. Thank you, NBCham. I really appreciate it. I'm sure that Misty Rain 101, John Fartbuckle, Nubifier, Circa 111, Levity, Jaren 1207, Leftist Duelist, Alex Mex 90, Epic Prawn, Hollow Kira, Trans Girl Laura, Don Beverage, Larry Banks 78, Majora's Casket, Werewolf Jester, Killer X Chloe, JLS Chicken 1, Flashy Job, Queef Jerky, and Barnacle Boy all really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Wow. Said probably won't be staying up for all of stream, so might as well commit some Mayo side while I'm here. I really do appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Oh my god. That is very generous of you. I appreciate the Mayo side. A little bit of white name genocide in chat, never hurt anybody. Who in chat just got a blue name? Why are you blue? It's the one line from Breaking Bad when Jesse's covered in the stuff from the urinal. Or the porta potty. And Walt's like, why are you blue? Look at this. What is this, Belle? Holy shit. Do not let Walsh see this. Do not let Walsh see this. The biggest horse in history. Could you imagine riding that thing into battle? That can't be real, by the way. But, like, could you imagine riding this thing into battle if it was? Like, you're on top of this thing with, like, a sword. Imagine 1,000 of these riding into battle. Yeah, this is like a WoW... This is a WoW raid boss's horse. This is what the horse that a WoW raid boss would ride. Ah. A lance would be better for a horseback fight, but yeah. Who cares? You just run over your, the enemy army with those. Pretty sure that exact horse is in a Dark Souls game. Huh. That's dope. I wonder how that horse died. Probably not peacefully. Hearing stories about famous animals from back when the only photos they could take of them were in black and white tends to be very depressing. Speaking of WoW, Xanderhall, did you like my idea for the guilds, or is that a negative on that? I'll have to take a look. I like in DMs after stream. I've just been super busy lately, so I haven't really been able to like stay on top of my messages. But like, I plan to do the WoW stuff pretty soon, and for us to start the WoW guild. I'm trying to figure out whether or not we'll go Horde or Alliance. I've done Alliance so many times that I almost want to do Horde just to kind of mix things up. But I'm also very, like, nostalgic for everything Alliance and WoW. So, like, I want to... I kind of want to go with the classic Alliance vibe, because it's also what I know. Like, if we go Horde, I'll have to kind of, like, figure it out. Yeah, we have Ellen Degenerate, though. Ellen Degenerate will be able to guide us. And Balth knows a fair amount about Horde, too. Horde, I need to be Tauren. Lanabe also wants to do Horde as well. And he's going to be joining us, too. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. We'll do Horde. Loktar Ogar. We'll do Horde. For the proper leftist faction. We'll do Horde. Jesus Christ, Ellen Degenerate. Listen, I'm glad that we have the bad people on our team, okay? Playing an undead rogue tells me everything I need to know about you. You're a bad person. Will this be classic or Waddle K classic? Classic. Full-on, classic, vanilla. We're building the guild. We're gonna have squads. We're gonna be rolling deep, okay? We're gonna be rolling 30 people deep. I've never played WoW. Where do I get it? You can get WoW... Oh yeah, this is the cool thing about WoW Classic. So normal World of Warcraft, if you're playing modern WoW, it's a little bit of like a fuck. Because you have to pay $15 a month for a WoW subscription, right? Like, you have to pay $15 every month just to be able to play the game. Unless you're playing, like, below level 20. You can play as many level 20 characters as you want for free. But, not only that, not only do you have to pay $15 a month to play the game, you have to pay $60 to play whatever is the most recent expansion. So, for the new, like, what they call retail WoW, which we're not playing, to get into it, you have to pay up front no less than $75. Actually, no, you don't, because when you buy the most recent expansion, they give you like a month or two of free game time, to be fair. So, like, you actually don't have to pay for a month subscription for like a few months after you buy a new subscription. Regardless, though, you still like end up having to pay quite a bit up front. Here's the thing about Classic, though, which is what we're going to be playing. All you need to play WoW Classic is $15 a month. If you pay the $15 a month, that's all you need to pay Classic, or play Classic. Every Classic version is free and available to anyone who has a paid WoW subscription. And it gets even cooler when you realize if you do play Modern WoW and you get a WoW subscription, you don't even have to buy the new expansion. If you play Modern WoW without the new expansion with your WoW subscription and you grind up enough gold, you can use that gold in-game to buy something called a WoW token. And then you can use that WoW token in-game. It's an item that you can consume for 30 days of game time. You can grind gold in WoW to pay for another month of subs. You can grind a lot in WoW to hoard up WoW tokens. So you can have the entire year's worth of WoW subs in the form of WoW tokens in your bag, ready to go if you play enough WoW and you've got enough gold for it. It's like last I checked, it was like 600k gold per WoW token. And that is a lot of gold to grind. It's not like impossible. People do it. I mean, there are mounts people grind the gold for that are millions of gold. But like 600k gold is a lot to grind in a month. You know, like if you have a life, you're not on WoW enough to grind 600k gold a month. Yeah, it's trillions of copper, bro. You know how many times I had to run deadlines? Panic Stasis, holy shit, thank you for the tier 3 sub, I really appreciate that. Said, I dodged the massive white name genocide, oh no, so I'll do it myself. Zan, have you seen the unrecorded trailer? Yes, I have. It's crazy, check it out. I have seen it, thank you for the link though. I've shown it on stream as well, it's really interesting looking. Being a girl WoW gamer during Gamergate was wild. Oh no, attention's nasty, I can see that. You should definitely join our WoW guild. No one in the WoW guild will be creepy, because I'll execute them. By that I mean ban them. 600k, that's insane, or used to be. Haven't played since like 2011. Oh yeah, inflation hits WoW like crazy. One of the best things about classic WoW is that the value of a single gold piece actually means something. When you play classic WoW, if you have like a friend who's like level 60, they can give you 1 gold. 1 single gold piece at level 1, and it will last you till you're level 15. You will be able to use that gold piece to pay for your professions, your tools, your gear from the vendors in blacksmith shops while you're leveling. Like, 1 gold piece will get you from level 1 to level 15 easy in classic. That is how much gold is worth and how little inflation there is. In modern WoW, to like unlock a bank slot in your bank, it's like 1,000 gold. Like, you get 1,000 gold by level 10 in modern WoW. If you can't get 1,000 gold by level 10 in modern WoW, then what are you even doing? Not really, but it's like, you'll get 100 gold by level 10 in modern WoW, when 1 gold piece would literally, like, pay for everything you needed up to level 15 in Classic. That is the level of inflation there has been. Like, unironically, like, back in my day, you used to be able to go up to a vendor and buy a full set of gear for 2 copper, or not 2 copper, for like 2 silver. Now it costs 5 gold per piece of the set. Okay, we're not nerding out any longer, okay? Not trying to dry up every woman in the chat. All right. Local Swamp Witch, thank you for the Prime sub over on Twitch. I really appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Very base, very pog, very, very epic of you. Thank you. Renoa the River Boa, thank you. That's a cool name. Thank you for the tier 1 gifted sub over on Twitch. Said, or gifted to Brutus Cannot Rot. I really appreciate that. I'm sure they do too. And you also Prime subbed. Thank you. Hell yeah, Twitch is popping off right now. I really appreciate it. And then, of course, there is Panic Stasis' tier 3 sub. Can I actually ask, how many months was that, Panic Stasis? Was that a 1-monther or a 3-monther? I don't want to undercredit you. I'm taking care of it, Cherry. Don't worry. One month? Awesome. Thank you, Panic Stasis. I really appreciate that. $20 dues. Very kind of you. And then Noobifier with the 3 tier 1 gifted subs. Thank you. I'm sure Anti-Fascist Cat, Tropic Wombat, and Wyvern 13. That's a weird way to spell Wyvern. Wyvern 13. Thank you for the very kind 3 tier 1 gifted subs, Noobifier. I'm sure they really appreciate it too. Thank you. Said, I can only Mayo-side a few white names, but since I've been gifted a sub at least twice, I might as well pay it forward. Well, I really appreciate that. Thank you. You've paid it forward in the form of some white genocide. All right, let's turn this to 160. That's where we're at in the dono goal now. Thank you all so much for the support, by the way. Remember, you can always support the stream for completely free just by dropping a like over on YouTube. That thumbs up button does a lot more than I think you guys even know it does. Anyway, I'm going to take a sip of water and we're going to start the next segment. Xander Hall, have you heard of Project Zomboid? You should get that game and stream it. Trans girl Laura, I know you're new here, which is why I'm going to blow your mind in a second. Not only have I played and streamed Project Zomboid, but at least one of the Project Zomboid devs is a fan of me. One time on stream, I was streaming Project Zomboid and like talking about how much I love it. And one of the devs from Project Zomboid DM'd me on Twitter to talk about how happy they were that I liked the game. I was like, no fucking way. Me and Ethan, we're actually going to invite them to join our Walking Dead watch party. So that we could, like... Because we were watching The Walking Dead and we were like, holy shit, how dope would that be if that was in Zomboid? And we were like, wait. One of the Zomboid devs follows me on Twitter and likes my content. What if I, like, messaged them and was like, hey, you want to watch The Walking Dead with me? And they said yes. And we, like, influenced Project Zomboid's development. How dope would that be? And then I went to find them on Twitter, and they've deleted their Twitter account. I'm pretty sure it was because Elon Musk bought Twitter. It was one of the biggest fucking L's I've ever taken. I was legit gonna message them to ask if they wanted to watch Walking Dead with me and Ethan. I was like, wait, where's their Twitter account? Because I could see that they were followed by the official Project Zomboid, like, developer Twitter account, like the studio's Twitter account. They were followed, one of the very few accounts followed by that official account, so I knew they were legit. And so I checked the following, because there was a very small following list, and they weren't there anymore. I was like, what happened? Did I get blocked? No, the account doesn't exist anymore. And it was like, Elon bought Twitter a week and a half ago. They left Twitter. And it's just been the biggest L I've ever taken. That's around the same time I bailed. Yeah, a lot of people bailed from Twitter when Elon bought it. But yeah, that was a pretty big L I took. But they'll probably reach out again. Especially if they see me talking about Project Zomboid. Yeah, it was just Twitter. That's really the biggest downside of, like, losing Twitter. Because it's gonna go down with Elon Musk if he keeps going the direction he's going, is that, like, there really isn't a better platform for content creators to, of all forms, to get in touch. There's really nothing better than Twitter for that. Like, you can literally see whether or not, like, there are, like, how many layers of separation there are between you and another content creator, right? Like, I'll see a content creator that's really big that I really like, and I'll be like, holy shit, I'm friends with a YouTuber who's friends with this content creator, you know? Wild shit like that, right? Like, the most recent example of this is Keffels is friends with Finster, and I'm friends with Keffels. Finster doesn't know who I am. Finster's a huge content creator. It's shit like that. Like, Twitter is, like, the only way that you would really even be able to visualize that level of connections between content creators. It's because it's so good for networking. Sucks that Elon's destroying it. Anyway, we should probably start the next segment. I'm rambling too much. Yeah, like the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Like, everyone's at least, like, at most, every human on Earth is 6 degrees of separation from Kevin Bacon. You, like, at the very least, at the very furthest away, You know someone who knows someone who knows someone who knows someone who knows Kevin Bacon. And basically anybody else. Like, it literally applies to anybody. You are 6 degrees of separation from knowing pretty much everybody on Earth. Realistically. What's your 6 degrees to Kevin Bacon? Dude, I'm 8 degrees from Marx. I believe that's how many degrees of separation I am from Marx. I'm less degrees of separation from Hitler, which is a little upsetting. But yeah, I think it's because I'm friends with Walsh. And Walsh has talked to Tim Pool. Tim Pool has spoken to... I think it's Larry Elder. No, Tim Pool spoke to Dave Rubin. Dave Rubin spoke to Larry Elder. Larry Elder spoke to, like, Reagan or something. Reagan spoke to Churchill. Churchill spoke to Hitler. Hitler spoke to Marx? Or Hitler spoke to someone else. And then Hitler and that person spoke to Marx. So there you go. Stalin, yeah. Stalin is also on the list. Dude, that meme was wild. When I saw that meme that shows how many degrees of separation there are between Walsh and all those figures, I was like, fuck. I'm friends with Walsh. That's 1 extra degree of separation. Damn it. The upsetting thing is that I'm more degrees of separation closer to Hitler than Marx, though. That's the real crime. The woke scolds are right about me. It's all over. It's all ogre. Stalin clearly never spoke to Marx. Oh yeah, and Stalin, of course, yeah. Wild. I should see if I can organize that meeting. You guys think I could have Stalin on stream? Seriously, though, if Stalin was still alive today, you think I could get him on stream? I guess that'd be the equivalent of getting Putin on stream. Does Putin have a Twitter? Does he, like, actually use his Twitter? Can I, like, start beef with Putin on Twitter? Is it illegal to send... If he has a Twitter account, is it illegal to send death threats to the world leaders of, like, enemy powers? Like, obviously it's illegal to do it to friendly powers and like, you know, your actual own country's government. But, like, if I found, like, Putin's Twitter and was like, kill yourself, would that be, like, a terms of service violation? Would it still be against TOS? Yeah, I quote tweet the official ISIS Twitter account, like, kill yourselves. And I get banned from Twitter. That would happen. You're only 3 degrees of separation from Hitler? Well, that's scary. That's a great way to be assassinated. Dog. There's no way the Russian government's gonna try to assassinate me, okay? Not until I've got at least 100,000 subs, alright? Like, I don't even have a silver play button on my wall. There's so many other lefty YouTubers that have shit-talked Russia who have, like, who are larger and more influential. They'd go after someone else before they went after me. I don't even have the silver play button yet. Gotta get a little bit bigger before any world powers are interested in me committing suicide by 2 bullet holes to the back of the head. I remember that when the war in Ukraine first broke out, Twitter issued a temporary lifting of its rule on death threats for Russian leaders. Tanky Twitter tried to spin it as lifting the rule on death threats for Russians in general. That's really funny that they tried to turn it into something like racist, I guess? Not racist, but like xenophobic. Dude, tankies and woke scolds have a lot of crossover, but ironically enough, Nazis and tankies also have a lot of crossover. It's wild. It's almost like that entire side of the internet are just all bad people. Anyway, Mr. Muffin Tops, thank you for the $20. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. That is extremely kind. Says, taxes came in, so decided to show some love. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Love those tax refunds. Thank you. Let me add that to the dono goal. Oh no, I closed it! No, I closed the fucking the tab where I have the dono window or the dono goal open. Update that dono goal. Put in the date. There we go. Thank you for the support, everybody. All right, let me start the next segment, huh? Y'all know what to do when I say action, right? 3, 2, 1. Action. Well, everybody, I don't know what to say about all of this. This drama is wild to me in ways that just would blow young teenage me out of this world, okay? So, I know all of you are very likely to be familiar with the shenanigans of J.K. Rowling, the now infamous writer of Harry Potter. You know, I was a Harry Potter fan. I loved the Harry Potter books growing up. Me and my grandma loved watching the Harry Potter movies together. One of our favorite things to do. We were super into Harry Potter. I loved Harry Potter growing up. I even recently rewatched the movies, without giving J.K. Rowling money, with my mom, and she'd never seen them before, and she even liked them. I like Harry Potter. It's a fun world, not particularly well written, even when just trying to enjoy the content, you know, like, without trying to analyze it critically. The flaws of J.K. Rowling's writing in Harry Potter are always blaring and apparent. Like, they're, you know, it's not exactly the most thoroughly and consistently well-written world. You know, if I'm looking for consistent and interesting lore, I'd go to, like, Tolkien's writing. But as far as just a fun and sort of whimsical story, J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter is pretty good, and a lot of people love it. A lot of people love it. And the appeal, like the general idea of Harry Potter, was that it was meant to appeal to people who felt like outcasts or misfits, right? Like a lot of like YA and children's literature tends to be that way. And as you can imagine, Harry Potter attracted a wide audience, but also a very large LGBT audience. Who would have thought? And J.K. Rowling thought it prudent to make the fact that she is a raging bigot in regards to trans people evident on Twitter. It started out with some, like, euphemisms and dog whistling about how she doesn't seem to think very highly of trans people or trans rights, but it started to escalate as people began pushing back against her takes, and essentially the more pushback she got to her transphobia, the more transphobic she got. And nowadays, J.K. Rowling will just, like, regularly send her followers to, like, on hate brigades against random trans accounts on Twitter. Like, if they post, like, a selfie, she'll, like, tweet about how this trans woman's a man doing woman face and shit like that. Like, she's literally just a transphobic bully on Twitter now. And recently, the most insane thing I can possibly imagine happened, okay? You see, a friend of the channel, The Amazing Atheist, aka TJ Kirk, I've actually watched him for a really long time. Like, I watched his videos since I was a teenager, and we're friends now. Since, you know, I do content and stuff. He's a cool guy. He put out a bait tweet. What's woman face? It's what transphobe, like, turf types say that trans women are doing. They say they're doing woman face. And my favorite thing as well is when conservatives call trans or say that trans women are doing woman face, but they can't help but say blackface isn't bad while claiming that. Like, they'll post a meme that's like, if blackface is so bad, you know, it starts with if, then why is Dylan Mulvaney doing woman face okay? And my favorite replies to those tweets are always, if blackface is bad. If? What? They can't help themselves. They can't help themselves but do a little bit of racism along with their transphobia. Would you like a little bit of racism as a side to your transphobia? Yeah, no, it's real fun. Anyway, TJ Kirk posts a little bit of bait, alright? He simply posted a tweet that just says, woman dick, and I think man pussy, is I think what he said. Like, on repeat over and over again. Like, it's just woman dick, man pussy, woman dick, man pussy, woman dick, man pussy, woman dick, man pussy, just going down a line, right? Like, that's the whole tweet. It's the whole tweet. And it's very clearly bait. Like, what? Like, very evidently bait. And of all people, J.K. Rowling screenshots TJ's tweet to criticize it as if it's like a serious argument being made by a pro-trans figure. I don't know what universe we're in anymore. TJ Kirk dropped a 5-minute video talking about this. I haven't watched it yet, but you better believe we're going to watch it together. There'll be a link pinned in the comments down below to the original video. Go send some support. But I'm excited to hear about all this from the horse's mouth.
So I logged onto my Twitter today, and I saw that I was suddenly embroiled in this like firestorm of like all these different crazy people hating on me and stuff. And I was just like, what'd I do? I don't know. I saw that they'd resurrected a tweet from May 13th, 2011, where I said I wish I was a Jew. And they said all kinds of like anti-Semitic stuff. They were talking about how like the Talmud.
Bro, you've heard about digging up tweets from 2016 to shit on somebody for something unrelated. Imagine digging up tweets from 2011. "12-year-old tweets. There are Twitter users that weren't alive when those tweets were made.
It allows pedophilia and how like it's disgusting and I need therapy, all because I said I want to be a Jew. And of course these people are raging anti-Semites who just despise Jews. And I was like, where did these people come from? Well, it turns out they come from J.K. motherfucking Rowling.
Holy shit.
Author of the Harry Potter books I've read.
Okay, sorry. It was pregnant men, girl dicks. Pregnant men, girl dicks. Pregnant men, girl dicks. Not man pussy. Although man pussy would have been a funny thing to type. Just girl dicks, man pussy, girl dicks, man pussy, girl dicks, man pussy. That's a good beat. Hold on. Hold on. Pregnant men, girl dicks, 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 pregnant men, girl dicks. Yeah, I feel like that would be like a good beat. I feel like if you did a little something with that, you could make that a beat. You could work with that. I feel like the tempo is all right there.
Multiple times. Movies I have seen multiple times. I posted a tweet where I was like, pregnant men, girl dicks. Pregnant men, girl dicks. Just bait for the chuds. Just trying to trigger some chuds. But little did I know I was going to attract the queen of the chuds. Little did I know that my simple little bait tweet was going to hook.
You liked and retweeted it. What a chat move. He liked and retweeted it. I would too. I would too, though, to be fair. Because this is just a self-own. Like, there's no own here. It's just a self-own on her part. There's nothing you can do. Like, there's nothing you have to say. Just like and retweet it. Like, oh, okay, well, thank you for self-owning. You know, like, I like your tweet.
The queen of the turfs herself. J.K. motherfucking Rowling. And the best thing is, she said, say what you like about gender ideology. You can't deny it's attracted some of the world's greatest thinkers. And that means that J.K. Rowling just called me one of the world's greatest thinkers. I mean, true, it was completely sarcastic and was meant to be like this.
It's still a quote. It is still a quote. That can never be taken away. J.K. Rowling has called TJ one of the world's greatest thinkers sarcastically. Doesn't matter. It's still a quote. It was in text. You can't prove that. Can never take it away. It's been preserved. There's no deleting it.
This withering, scorn-filled thing.
It's been clicked and
shipped. I immediately put that in my fucking bio. World's greatest thinker, J.K. Rowling. 100% true. She did say it.
Hey, Cherry, when you edit this video and you make the thumbnail for it, you should put world's greatest thinker in the thumbnail. Like, in quotes. It's J.K. Rowling and TJ, and then, like, above J.K. Rowling's head, it's quotes, and it says world's greatest thinker. Like, kind of like she's saying it to TJ. That'd be a great thumbnail.
And even better than that, she found out about the fucking banana video.
Oh. Oh. Oh no. Has she seen it? In my headcanon, she's seen it. In my headcanon, she's seen the banana video. I've never seen the banana video. I just know of its existence and have for many years, okay? Dude, TJ Kirk is such a giga chat about the way he handles that, by the way. Those don't know. Believe it or not, there are guys out there that like things going in their asses. But if you're, like, a guy on the internet and you're not, like, very openly, like, known to be, like, LGBT, if that gets out, it'll be, like, an embarrassing thing, I guess. So, basically, TJ was just into, like, using fruit for butt masturbation, which is apparently pretty common. I mean, when you really think about it, it's not that, like, scandalous of a thing. I mean, I guess it's kind of funny. It is funny. It is objectively funny, but it's not scandalous or, like, really that embarrassing. I mean, if you found out a chick was masturbating using an eggplant, you wouldn't really make fun of it. It's kind of common. But, like, basically, a video of him doing that, like, came out years ago. Like, way, way long ago. Like, a long time ago. And his response is just like, yeah. So, yeah, it's what I'm into. Yeah. If you're mad about it, then just, you know, seethe. He doesn't give a shit. And that's really just the most Giga Chad way you can respond to it. An eggplant? Zan, how big do you think eggplants or vaginas are? Well, I was trying to think of something that was approximate, but, you know, and just, you know, I can only speak from experience.
Keep telling me about the banana. I had no need or wish to know about the banana. Oh my god. I have peaked.
I hope she's seen the... I hope she's seen it. The meme is cucumber? Well, okay. Anyway, the, like... My headcanon is she's seen the banana video. My headcanon is she has seen the goddamn banana video with her own two eyes. What a great fucking quote. People keep telling me about the banana. I had no need or wish to know about the banana. That is actually a banger quote, though, okay? To be fair, this is a banger fucking quote. Like, how has reality gotten to this point? How has it gotten to the point where I wake up in the morning and I'm like, my YouTuber friend is getting attacked by J.K. Rowling on Twitter. Oh. She's talking about the banana thing. The creator of Harry Potter is talking about the banana thing on Twitter right now to try to dunk on my friend. That is what I'm waking up to right now. That's my life. Is I wake up and that's just a thing that I learn in the morning. Is that my friend's beefing with J.K. Rowling and she's learned about the banana video. I have a weird fucking life, dude. You know what I tell you know what I tell my barber? You know what I tell my barber when when they ask me what I do for a living? I say I say I work from home. I work for Google. I just say I work for Google and leave it at that because I don't even know where to start. I can't even start to explain the kind of shit that how am I what do you think that my barber would believe me if I was like, yeah, had to talk about my friend the other day, my YouTuber friend getting into a beef on Twitter with J.K. Rowling, the lady who wrote Harry Potter. Pretty wild stuff, you know? Like no one would believe it. I can't begin to like unravel this lore to the hairdresser that's doing my fucking haircut. Like I can't like dump this shit, like trauma dump this goddamn horror story onto this random innocent normie. But it is wild that our reality has gotten to this point. It all started when they killed that goddamn gorilla.
This is it. It's not going to get any better than this. I cannot take this shit any. I thought the highest I was ever going to get was when I got international headlines for complaining about the size of Lara Croft's tits.
That was good. That was a good drama. I remember that. Dude, can I tell you guys a funny story? I've never told this story to TJ, which I really am excited to do that. I think he's going to be a guest on the podcast with me and Demon Mama, so I'll probably tell him the story there for maximum entertainment value, but I'll tell you this story here, okay? So, this was back when I was 16, maybe 17, and I was, like, in my chud phase. Something I used to do a lot, and I still do it now, is I've really bad tinnitus, so I hear ringing constantly. At all times, I hear ringing. So to help tune it out, I play the TV. Like, I have the TV on while I fall asleep, because it kind of tunes out the... I can't even imitate it, because the filter kind of gets it out. But, like, it's a ringing. I can't, like, make it stop. So I have to, like, tune it out. So I turned something on the TV. But back then, I used to just put my earbuds in and fall asleep with a YouTube video playing on my phone. And, like, I'd fall asleep and it would, you know, I'd roll around and the earbuds would come out of my ears while I was sleeping. But, like, I still had something to fall asleep to. So I would put on YouTube videos. And one night, I put on an Amazing Atheist video. I forget what it was, but he was, like, dunking on feminism or something like that. It was back in, like, the chud days. Oh, my nose is itchy. So I go to bed. And I fall asleep listening to TJ Kirk dunking on feminism, all right? I go to bed. I'm sleeping. And I wake up the next morning, and my phone is gone. I can't find my phone anywhere. I fell asleep with it in the bed, so I was like, what? Okay, did it roll, like, did it fall into the bed? Is it in the sheets, in the covers, under the pillows, under the bed itself, and, like, under the mattress? Where could it be? I tear my bed apart looking for my phone. My earbuds are even gone. I'm like, what the fuck? This is crazy. I go out into the living room. I ask my mom, where's my phone? Have you seen it? I fell asleep with it. And she says, yeah, I have your phone. And you're not getting it back for a while. And I was like, why? What did I do? Like, my mom has always been very, very, like, on top of finding any excuse. Like, she would always find excuses to punish me. So, like, it was normal, right? Like, I was like, okay, so she must have had, like, some reason, right? Like, what'd I do? Did I leave, like, a towel on the floor of the bathroom or some shit like that? What'd I do? She tells me she came into my room in the middle of the night to, like, kiss me goodnight. And she saw, and I quote, that I fell asleep watching some fat neckbeard right-wing anti-feminist talking about how awful women are. And she took my phone away for like 2 weeks. I have to tell I have to tell TJ that story. I have to tell TJ that story. Justified TBH? Well, to be clear, by the way, that experience only made me hate feminism more. Like, it was like, oh, the feminists want to hide the truth from me. Yeah, that is not the right response to have. That will only validate the arguments the right makes about the left not being capable of engaging with right-wing arguments. Yeah, it really it only served the purpose of pushing me further right. But I thought that's a funny story because it involves TJ. It's relevant.
But this is better than that. This tops that. This is next level. This is the most popular author, probably alive today, just decided to respond to my bait tweet with some withering British sarcasm. And that's fucking beautiful. The only thing that kind of mars this event is I'm fucking goddamn banned from Twitter again.
They mass reported. Oh, they mass reported. I think he's back. He's literally already tweeting, so I think he's back because it was a false like ban. But yeah, oh, J.K. Rowling's fans will literally just mass report anybody she calls out. So like, I mean, TERFs don't really do like the fronting as pro free speech usually as much as far right people do. I mean, they are far right, but like they tend to kind of try to appropriate what they see as like left wing wokeness. So they don't tend to do the whole free speech virtue signal thing. But yeah, they will absolutely like false mass report you to try to get you banned. And it'll usually work. J.K. Rowling has gotten a lot of small trans accounts banned because she just singles them out and sends her audience to mass report them.
For 6 days and 23 hours. So just when things are getting fun, just when I've got a big ol' hate mob that I can agitate, that I can get pissed off at me, they fucking take away my Twitter again. These fucking bastards, man.
It's Elon.
And they took it away for the...
To be fair, there is one upside to Elon buying Twitter. We have one very unlikable guy to blame every problem with Twitter on. Your friend got banned from Twitter? God damn it, Elon. Tweet won't load? God damn it, Elon. Hot girl on Twitter won't follow you back? God damn it, Elon. Literally, there's always someone to blame.
The stupidest goddamn reason.
One guy.
Because some psycho bitch was like... I found that tweet where Matt Walsh was celebrating the fact that that a pride parade in Florida was canceled. And he was like, yeah, good guys win again. I hate gay people. You know, his usual bigoted, intolerant garbage horse shit. And I criticized him for it. And then some psycho bitch, no doubt finding me from J.K. Rowling, was like... hey, FBI, why don't you go arrest this fucking pedophile because he supports gay pride parades, obviously.
Yeah, like, one of the right's go-to insults at this point is just calling anybody who's pro-trans or pro-LGBT a pedophile. Like, if you're pro-LGBT as, like, any kind of public figure on the internet right now, you are regularly getting called a pedophile. Like, it's just happening. Like... It is happening to you. In fact, there was, I'm going to be probably covering it later today, but there is a trans account on Twitter, harmless account, as far as I'm aware, no devious shit going on, but a bunch of transphobes managed to dox this account and find out the contact info of this account's parents, and then sent DMs to this person's parents, this trans person's parents, claiming... using like fake screenshots, like they made fake screenshots, telling this trans person's parents they're a pedophile grooming minors on Discord. And the parent has like disowned their trans kid and has said they're dead to them because of it, and is like no longer welcome in their family's life, last I heard, because all these like Nazis on Twitter made a bunch of fake screenshots to send to their parents to say that they're like a grooming minors on like Discord. So like these people are literally going out of their way to find random trans people to destroy their lives in like the most disgusting, vile ways you can imagine. They will make up evidence that isn't even real, just fake screenshots to try to claim that you're a pedophile, send it to your family to try to ruin your life because you're LGBT. That is what these people are doing. They cannot tolerate your existence. They like to say so much for the tolerant left. Oh, the left can't tolerate dissenting ideas. Well, the right can't tolerate the existence of LGBT people. Their ideology does not allow for them to respectfully disagree with the existence of trans people and LGBT people in society. For them to have satiation in their ideology, trans people need to be eradicated. Gay people need to be eradicated. Or at the very least, suppressed to the extent that they are not capable of existing in any visible way in society. Entirely in the closet and repressed is the only way that gay people will be accepted to exist in society by these people's standards. There's no like middle ground with them. They don't want LGBT people to exist.
He's a pedophile. And I was just like, I added the FBI too. I was like, yeah, at FBI, come arrest me for saying something this dumb bitch doesn't like, right? And I'm the one who gets fucking shit canned for it. 6 days, 23 hours, I can't fucking tweet. Right when I get the fucking godsend of J.K. Rowling wasting her fucking time responding to my ass, giving me a whole fucking menagerie of chuds that I can trigger and trigger and trigger some more. And lo and behold, I can't fucking do it because my Twitter is fucking suspended. Oh well, still a beautiful day. Thank you so much.
Bro, TJ looks like a Viking in this thumbnail. Dude, this is wild. This is such a wild fucking timeline we're in. I swear, like, I used to think these memes were cringe, but then I thought about it more, and it's like, all right, there are two events that could have potentially split the timeline, all right? When they first booted up and tested the CERN Super Collider, I believe there's a chance we split the timeline. And let's just say we all got dealt the poor hand. We got the bad timeline. The normal one, the good one, it just kept on going from that point. We're the ones who branched off. Or it was when they killed Harambe. It was either when they killed Harambe or when they booted up the CERN Super Collider for the first time. One of those two events just absolutely broke our timeline and fractured our reality. And, you know, I'm just excited to see what happens next. I'm excited for cyborgs to start rising out of the sea, shooting, like, dick lasers or something. I don't even know what's coming next. Like, Donald Trump is going to return to Twitter and quote tweet Walsh. That's what's going to happen next. It's all over. Your money's on Harambe? Yeah, maybe it was both of those events that caused it. Queef Jerky, thank you for the tier 1 sub. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the $5. It's very kind of you. It says, long time, but fuck TERFs, and also Elon's dad literally destroyed him on Twitter or something, Lamau. Wait, really? Holy shit, that's hilarious. Send me a link to that. Thank you for the tier 1 sub. Krogan Poppy, thank you for the tier 2 sub. Says Based Banana. True, thank you for the tier 2 sub. How many months was that? I don't want to undercredit you. You guys are really supportive today. Thank you. $3 months. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Remember, guys, you don't even have to donate or sub in order to support the stream. You can do so just by hitting the like button over on YouTube. Every single individual like really does help the channel. And look at that. We are now over 2/3 of the way to the dono goal for today. Hell yeah. Thank you, chat. You guys are awesome. Wait, that's really cool, Wavern 13. You know what's always weird? Or not weird, but awesome. Like, finding out some piece of media that I like, by just random chance, was worked on by somebody who likes my content. I forget what it was. I think it was like an animated show or something. Or a video game. Not Zomboid. Not Hytale. Where, like, I tweeted about really liking it. And one of my followers replied, "Oh yeah, I did such and such on that show. I'm glad you enjoy it." And just a smiley face. And it's like... What? You know, like, I'm just like... You're just gonna drop that in my replies? The show I'm binge watching, you worked on it? Like, okay. Yeah, that's always crazy. Yeah, let me know if you worked on anything that you know I enjoy. I'll fucking lose my mind. I'll fanboy on stream over that shit. Oh shit, I think I remember you talking about this ages ago. It wasn't ages ago, it was recently. Oh, same melodic codes. I like friendly Geordies, but the gambling lobby in Australia wants that motherfucker dead. So let's hope that I Did a Thing's turret does its job. It's still mind-blowing. I get to randomly chat with artists I genuinely admire. Comfy hype. Yeah, it really is fucking cool. Like, one of my favorite things about being a YouTuber is, like, just... You know who I got to talk to, who's a YouTuber I've literally watched since I was in middle school? Like, literally since I was 11 years old, I'd watched this YouTuber. Pan Pizza, aka Rebel Taxi. I've literally watched his content for a long time. Like, literally since I was 11 years old. And one day I'm just vibing in a group chat with some friends. And one of them, like, brings up Rebel Taxi. I'm like, oh yeah, Rebel Taxi goes hard. And they're like, oh yeah, Rebel Taxi is my partner. I was like, what? We've been friends for like, what, 2 months? And this whole time, you've been dating one of the YouTubers that I've been watching since I was 11 years old? And it just never came up. And they're like, yeah. You want me to make a Discord call? And I was like, yeah? It was a fun combo. It was a really fun combo. But yeah, you get to have moments like that when you're a YouTuber, you know, like growing up on YouTube, because that's what it is. Like my generation essentially is grown up on YouTube, and then a bunch of us have become YouTubers who are like big enough to actually befriend the YouTubers that we looked up to growing up. That was a big part of why the Dream SMP blew up. Or not the Dream SMP, what came before it. SMP Live blew up. It was a bunch of these Zoomer new streamers and Minecraft YouTubers who had literally like blown up in the last couple years at the time, who'd all grown up watching like these OG Minecraft YouTubers who'd all kind of like honestly kind of fallen off in the more recent years. And these now exploding in popularity young Gen Z Minecraft YouTubers then reached out to people like Captain Sparkles, reached out to like all of those like OG Minecraft YouTubers and like brought them into their content and brought them like refreshed relevancy in a lot of cases, or relevance in a lot of cases. Like it happened in the Minecraft community big time. And you could see it happen where these like multi-million sub Zoomer Minecraft YouTubers are like starstruck getting to play Minecraft with these 500,000 sub Minecraft YouTubers who were in their peak in 2013. And it's like, oh, this is awesome. Because you could tell that like these YouTubers, these newer, really popular YouTubers are starstruck to be playing with these OGs. It's nice to see. It's one of my favorite things about like YouTube getting this old, you know? Yeah, and minimum volts. So you have to have a pretty clean, like, real life to do content, or people will dig that shit up. Like, one of the things that I'm pretty happy about is that there's no, like, weird shit in my past to, like, dig up to destroy my career, you know? Like, I literally started doing streaming straight out of high school, you know? Like, just straight out of high school, I started streaming. Most of my actual literally all of my actual adult life has been while I'm a content creator. So it's like, you know, I don't have much of a past to begin with before content creation, much less of a past worth, like, digging up, I guess. No, I got assaulted a bunch and slandered in high school. Yeah, it's the kind of shit that would hurt you, yeah. Hey, has Zan been watching your content recently? Wanted to come here, so, like, first stream, yay. Welcome, Salt Dragon. I hope you enjoy your stay. Ooh, that was a good jaw pop. Let's move on to the next segment. False, I know about your clown porn obsession. What's wrong with clown porn? Listen, alright? If you're into clown chicks, full respect from me, okay? Full respect from me, alright? It's not exactly my cup of tea, but I once saw a porn video where the girl was dressed as a mime. Like, she was in full mime makeup and, like, the French mime outfit. And, that was pretty good. That was pretty... I was like, alright. Okay, I see where the Clussy fetish comes from. It's not exactly, like, my go-to. It's not, like, high up on my list, but I see it. I can respect the Clussy. Don't try to ask me what the name of... Motherfuckers immediately started Googling, like, what I'm describing to try to identify what video it was so they could jack off to the same video. Dude. Hold on, let me tell you guys something really funny. Okay, oh my god, I can't... Okay. Alright. This is a Destiny story, alright? For those that don't know, my favorite podcast is PKA, Painkiller Already. They're pretty chuddy at times, but they're really funny, okay? Just straight up for... just entertainment value, like, purely, I find PKA to be a really funny podcast, alright? Destiny's gone on there, like, half a dozen times, maybe, and one of the times that he went on there, he told a story. I'm gonna find the clip of him telling this story. Y'all are gonna love this. The political scene needs to be introduced to this legendary Destiny story. Destiny... Wow, what typing? Destiny printing... porn story. PKA. This story goes hard as fuck. It's called Young Destiny Tries to Print Porn.
Okay, kids are so bad at lying. This is something that I've noticed with my 8-year-old. I wish that he would just hit me or something instead of ever trying to tell a lie. So the most common one, I don't know, in terms of children, I don't know, Dick, if you have any.
I don't have any. Woody has.
I've got a 6-year-old nephew.
He starts it by telling a funny story about Nathan lying badly. Listen, I don't like Destiny very much, but any content where it's like Destiny is wholesome as fuck, okay?
Chair? No. She was watching me do it, and then she made me clean it up. Yeah, that. God, I still am retarded, but even more so back then.
You mentioned the family computer space. So back back before everybody had a literal supercomputer that they could carry around with them. Some of us had one computer for the whole household. And I remember so back then, computers to me still were voodoo magic. You know, if you unplug a computer while it's on, it is irrevocably destroyed. Nothing you can do will save it. This is true of every electronic device that is connected to the computer. I wanted to now, because we couldn't masturbate in the main room, there's people in the kitchen. I thought, well, what if I just printed off some porn and took it upstairs with me? And now I've never printed. I printed like school reports, and they print real quick. They just come out. It's like, okay, so I figured I could probably print like a couple pornographic pictures, whatever. So I think at the time I was probably 11. I had pictures of whatever anime, Goku, Vegeta, somebody fucking somebody with a monster, and I'm like, okay, yeah. So I'll just print this one, and then I'll take it upstairs with me. So I'm real crafty. I make sure.
The reason why I brought this up is because the PKA subreddit identified exactly which porn Destiny was talking about. The DGG and PKA subreddits worked together collectively and found it. Because they all wanted to jerk off to the exact, I guess, hentai comic that Destiny jacked off to, I suppose. Like you guys who immediately started Googling the mime video I was talking about. You guys are fucking gooners, yeah. Okay, this is really funny, alright? You know how, like... Alright, I'm just gonna say this now. When you're a lefty YouTuber, just by coincidence, you're gonna end up befriending a lot of sex workers, okay? And you're gonna end up following them on Twitter. And there's gonna be a lot of ass and pussy and titties on your timeline, okay? It's just how things are when you're a lefty YouTuber. Ethan was sitting next to me the first day he was here, while I was casually scrolling through Twitter, and he was like, bro, you have the most gooner timeline I've ever seen in my life. And I was like, fair enough.
White or color?
Oh, full color.
Oh, nice. Yeah. All right.
So I push the print button on this, and then real quick, I Alt F4, I clear the cookies, the browser history, and everything, and I think I'm real smooth, and I walk over to the printer, and
it's gonna take 30 minutes.
Oh my god! Yeah, and for like a minute or two. And these are long minutes, okay? It's only maybe 1/20th of the way there. And I'm getting real nervous because I'm just standing next to the printer, and if anybody walks by, and I can't unplug the printer because I don't know what's going to happen to it. I don't know if it's going to be destroyed. You go on the computer, and I try to find a way to cancel the print, but dude, back then printers were impossible to work with. I pushed a million buttons. I couldn't stop anything. And my parents are walking by in the bathroom. I think my sister comes through the room. She doesn't say anything, and I'm freaking out. So I try to rip the page out of the printer, and it's growling at me. It's the feeder is making noises as it's trying to like print the thing. And by the end of it, I've ripped maybe 20 pages out because it keeps printing. Like,
he's trying
half of the picture.
And was this the scrolling kind with the holes on the side?
Whatever one like fed it through the top. Yeah, is it like slowly And oh my god, by the time my parents walked in, I don't know what I looked like. I must have been a disaster. I told my mom I was trying to print something out for a video game, and only the bottom, you could only see like the bottom of like Vidal's boot. And like the dripping cum, but you couldn't really tell what it was. I turned it off, and it's like, I guess it didn't work, Mom. This is one of the most stressful moments of my entire life. Oh my god,
that's so fucking funny.
Do you remember the picture, Destiny?
I actually do. If you would, okay.
Have you ever found it?
Maybe if this gets posted on the subreddit, I've never looked for it. Okay, but it was it was like a floating picture. I think Vidal was being held in the air and being fucked by like Cell or some shit with his like massive tail. Something like that. If there, maybe this is, I don't know if this is specific enough. There might be a million of these types, but if I saw it again, I would absolutely remember it.
Can you draw it? Can you draw any kind of approximation so that the top autistic?
If you would have tuned in to the booby painting stream that Taylor mentioned, you would.
I needed y'all to hear that story. Not enough people in the political scene have heard that story. I need you to imagine that imagery, though, of him, like, frantically pulling that paper out, trying to keep it from printing too much of the porn, while his parents are, like, and his family are, like, walking around in the rest of the house, and he's like, holy fucking shit. This humanizes Destiny Lamau. It's an amazing story. Listen, there are a lot of you guys who don't like Destiny, like, and never liked him, and don't know why anybody ever did, okay? You need to see that shit, okay? That is objectively a funny clip, regardless of what you think of Destiny. That is comedy gold. Someone in my chat just said, I'm like Peter Griffin. I need to be pretty wasted to even touch keys. Okay. Tasty Haze, thank you for the tier 1 sub over on YouTube. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the membership. It's very kind of you. I like Destiny. Holy shit, we got a DGGer in chat. Is Zan the only one with the BB gun rat hunter story? I don't know if there's a lot of other YouTubers in the LeftTube space out there who've shot dozens of rats to death with an air rifle. Oh, we got more people here now, though, so I'll show you guys, because we didn't have a lot of people at the beginning of stream when I showed it, and we've got 375 people here now. I went shooting with Walsh and Demon Mama yesterday, and we did some blicky banging. Here's me shooting a Beretta. I got a bullseye. This is my first time shooting the gun, and I got a bullseye. Wow! This is where I was shooting, by the way. If you look hard enough, you can see, like, the bullet holes.
Filming? Filming? All right. Perfect. I'm going to take bottom. That sound good? Bottom right?
Sounds good. So it's also way more.
Bullseye.
Do you mind if I do magazine with this? So I get in all the...
Beretta APX.
I've already shot like half the top right. Definitely the edge of my skill here.
Good job.
Not bad. First time shooting the Beretta, I'd say it's not bad at all. And then I got to shoot the CZ Scorpion suppressed. Look at this shit. As I would find out when I looked at the target, because this is my first time shooting it, this gun shoots a lot lower than you aim. So while my grouping was really tight, and you can actually see the bullet holes in the target, and you can see my grouping was tight, I was aiming too low. So my shots were hitting around here, but I was aiming perfectly for the bullseye. Had I aimed for the top of the target, I probably would have had a very tight grouping within the bullseye. I'm excited to shoot this gun again and have a very, like a target I can be proud of. But you can see my grouping in this video and how tight it is. So let's watch. This is the CZ Scorpion.
You got the safety off?
It's really good now.
First time shooting it. It shoots smooth too. Look how smooth this thing shoots, how little recoil there is. You'd see the shots hitting around here. Can't adjust the sight so it's on target. It was a rental gun. It jammed like 4 times. It literally jammed 4 times while we were using it at the range that day. That gun has had thousands of rounds put through it. It's a rental gun at the range, and the sights were off. So it's something that happens when you shoot rental guns at a range, is they can be a little off. But if you bring your own gun and you responsibly take care of it, and it's clean, its parts are well maintained, and you've adjusted the sights, it should be fine. But the iron sights on this are adjustable, and they were off. But if I'd aimed higher, it would have been fine. You can see how tight my grouping was, though. Right here. Like, that's a pretty tight grouping, I'd say, for my first time shooting it. But it is a joy to shoot. An absolute joy. And then there was the... I'd already shot it earlier in the day. So this isn't my first time shooting it on video. But this is my first time shooting any handgun one-handed. And I thought it'd be a good idea to fire some 45 ACP out of a 1911 with one hand for my first time shooting one-handed with a handgun. So this is pretty funny. I'm not shooting here for any type of like good aim. That's not possible here for me. But like, I just wanted to do this to be silly, you know. 7 shots out of the 1911, 45 ACP. Let's see how I handle it.
All right, go.
One-handed.
Lots and lots of juice.
You can see I'm shaking because the weight. It's heavy.
You going for? Left
Left.
middle. Okay. You're aiming right. All right, go.
Not bad. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it. You know, I wouldn't recommend one-handing a gun that's powerful. The Beretta, though, you could definitely shoot with one hand pretty accurately. And the final video is me shooting the Beretta again, but it jams, so I have to unjam it. But you know, it's fun to shoot this one, so I'll show you a video.
All right, you're good.
Sure, but like I did last time.
Yeah, the difference is enormous. Man, I really.
Zan shoots. Yeah, I like shooting guns.
All right, you're good.
It is a fun gun. It is indeed a very fun gun. Zan, it looks like your grip wasn't strong enough in that clip, maybe while it jammed. Maybe it was, like, not as strong, but, like, to be fair, I'd been shooting guns all day, so my hands were kind of tired. The longer you shoot guns for, the less, like, strong your grip's gonna be, but, yeah. Regardless, though, it's very fun. I need to buy much more ammo for my friends and their guns, because I feel so bad shooting my friends' guns and their ammo, and they're paying for it. You know, you feel like such a freeloader. So I'm gonna stock up on ammo, because even though I haven't been in the state long enough to buy a gun yet, the big thing is you have to live in the state for 90 days before you're legally a resident. And I live in, I've only lived here for like 2 months now. So I have to live here for 1 more month, and then I can buy a gun, and the background check can take up to 30 days. Up to 30 days in this state. Not usually, but up to. Okay, also, chat. I have a question. I need your opinion on something. Would it be gay if I got shooting gloves? Every time I go shooting, I end up with, like, gunpowder and probably lead all over my hands. And I use the de-leading soap and wipes after I shoot every time. I am very, very diligent. As soon as I've finished shooting, I wash my hands with the de-leading soap and then wipe them down with de-leading wipes. Walsh always brings de-leading wipes when we go shooting. So I use those after I wash my hands. Would it be cringe and LARPy to buy shooting gloves for extra protection from that? Because I don't like the idea of lead on my skin at all. Yeah? It's not a big... Yeah, okay. Well, I get the lead on my fingers. The most lead and gunpowder is on my fingertips, so I don't even want fingerless ones. I want full, like finger-covered, full gloves that don't let any of that residue in. IDK, due to competition shooters use gloves? Yes. Military shooters also use gloves. Like, military snipers use gloves when they shoot. They make gloves for shooting. You would be cringe, but you would be free. True. If you're actually shooting, you should be wearing proper safety equipment. Absolutely. If you go to the range without eye or ear protection, you're cringe. I'm just asking if, like, should I do gloves? I honestly think I should. I'll find some good ones online. I think indoor ranges are also bad for lead. Yeah, I feel like it can't be good for you to be in a room that's just like constant lead projectiles. Usually lead. Projectiles being like exploded out of narrow cylinders across the room into a like berm of God knows what, probably leather, or I'm pretty sure there it was rubber like tires. I'm pretty sure it was like shredded tires, like piled up in a massive pile to make a berm in the back of the room. That's what I'm guessing was the berm at this place. A bunch of shredded up tires. Just fire silver bullets, Zan. Problem solved. Silver is also toxic. You do not want to get too much silver on your skin, believe it or not. If you're above 5 meters away from the impact, the shrapnel from bullets won't affect you. Militaries have known it, would have known otherwise. That makes sense, yeah. I mean, this place is pretty safe. Like, look at the video. Like, the shooting berm, I'm pretty sure that's a bunch of shredded up, what's it called? Rubber? Shredded up rubber from tires. And I think it's several feet of it, too. So that can absorb some rounds, and nothing's bouncing off of it. Just don't get lead on your hands, not that hard. You'll end up having to pick up some brass at the range eventually, and that's when it gets on your hands. It's when you're picking up the brass and when you're loading rounds into the magazine. You'll get it on you. It just happens. Alright. Incel segment. Y'all know what to do when I say action, right? 3, 2, 1, action. Well, the incel community is currently in shambles. I don't know if you guys know this, but the incel community used to be a lot more organized and tight-knit than it is now. Nowadays, like Andrew Tate and the rise of the like incel content sphere on TikTok and YouTube has sort of like decentralized inceldom. But there was a time when like incels as a community were very centralized on a few platforms. Most notably, when I was what you could call an incel, because I got absolutely no bitches, was the incel subreddit. The r-incel subreddit was my daily haunt back when I got no bitches. No bitches? Yeah, basically, the incel subreddit was a frequent haunt of mine. And I would look at a lot of the memes there and I'd be like, oh, so true, so true. And eventually that subreddit got banned. And since then, incels have kind of spread out. But back then, on the incel subreddit, something that would happen very often was a guy who frequented it would actually get laid. And like a diehard incel on the incel subreddit would actually get laid. And when this happened, he would go to the incel community, and a couple things would happen. Either he'd say, guys, it's over. I'm no longer one of you. It's been a fun time while it lasted, but it's time for me to move on. I'm no longer an incel. And like, they move on, and like, everyone's like, motherfucker, fake incel, traitor, and it's like, they leave, right? Or they come in and they gloat about how they're no longer an incel, and it's like a very rude exit. Or they come in and they try to still be a part of the community while having lost their virginity and having sex, and they get kicked out. They get like bullied out of the community. Now, this hasn't really been a thing that happens much since the fall of more centralized incel communities, because there aren't really like prominent incel figures in the same way as there used to be, except for like Andrew Tate and whatnot. But apparently the incel community on Twitter is still alive and well, because this thread is just mind-blowing. Breaking news. The incel community is having a nuclear meltdown because one of their leaders finally got laid. I feel a lot of mixed feelings about leaving the incel community. While it feels good to no longer be incel, I'm going to miss all of the friends and connections I've made. To all of you who have supported me over the years, thank you. I start a new chapter in my life, albeit late. God, it's like a YouTuber talking about how they're like quitting YouTube to start like a normal job. This person who has Elon Musk as their profile picture replies, "It's honestly disgusting that you betray your community when some chick finally settles for you. Well, enjoy being a virgin for some weird cause. No one wants to be incel, lol. We're not Jedi." I mean, this guy gets it at least. I mean, he's gonna be completely normal most likely in a couple years, just like having gotten out of this shit. But these people will literally treat you with outright hostility for actually getting into a relationship or losing your virginity. Unironically, they see it as like a tight-knit club. Oh yeah, Jedi are allowed to fuck, by the way. They can totally go to a brothel and like spend the night busting loads in alien pussy. But they are not allowed to have attachments. Like, they can't have a relationship that's committal. That's the issue. Getting your dick wet is fine as a Jedi. It's totally fine. Well, enjoy being... Yeah. Very good reply. Big Bigs 36 replies, why do you leave? Did you manage to stop being an incel? And so then, do you feel no longer being identified with so many sad, depressed men out there? Imagine if normal people are clueless and careless about being a virgin past 25 to 30 plus years old. How is to have now careless ex-incels? You know, if these incel types started by learning how to type out a, like, grammatically correct sentence, that would be a good start. Like, imagine being a chick and a guy comes to like hit on you, and the first impression you get is that there is improper grammar in the message he sends. Like, he doesn't even like check over the first text to make sure it's like proper grammar. Isn't that like a weird consistency? Is that like incels when hitting on women almost always have like numerous typos and spelling mistakes and grammar errors in their messages? Major turnoff, not gonna lie. Like, isn't that like weirdly common? One of the first things you can do to help your chances when texting a girl is having proper grammar. Even if she doesn't use proper grammar, she'll notice that you are using it, or at the very least, she'll notice if you don't. This is the equivalent of LeBron retiring. The incel community has lost their biggest prospect. What? That doesn't even make sense. So, these people genuinely see inceldom as almost a heroic, like, what's the word for it? They see it almost as like a virtuous, sacrificial cause. A lot like being a monk, unironically. Many of them are straight up volcels because they hate women so much. Like, many of them could get laid, but they now hate women so much, they are voluntarily incelibate. That's wild. Or voluntarily, celibate. AJ replies, again, this is why the incel community will never start a movement and bring about change. Thank God. It only takes one hoe to sacrifice herself and give some crumbs of pussy, and the whole movement would collapse due to too many betraying. Once again, the constant, like, grammatical errors. They can't spell. Or, like, make a proper sentence. Inceldom isn't some club or movement. It's a bunch of men who are ostracized from society. True. Don't worry, no one will miss you, fake cell. Fake cell. I hope the stinky hole you got was worth it. They hate women so much. They hate women so much. Oh my god, they actually say it? You guys think that, like, the ironic incel words that lefties say as a joke are, like, made up by the left to make fun of incels? No, it's just making fun of the things incels unironically say by saying it ironically. I get that, but less of us remain the community. The weaker our movement and voice becomes. There's no movement, man. If you're staying a virgin for some cause, you need to stop now and reflect deeply on life. No one in their right mind wants to be an incel. Look out for you, not abstractions like movements. True. Actually good advice. We got the Black Pill account here. It says, traitor! To whom? Yeah, who'd I betray? Breaking, the incel leader known as Sarge will be stepping down and relinquishing all official titles. It remains to be seen if the populist radical fringe of the incel movement will take advantage of this power vacuum. I love this commentary. Stay in touch with your friends. I intend to, but from the outside. The community is incel only. For some reason, many people who are not incel go to the community to seek status. So the very people for which the community is made for are marginalized. So to avoid the non-incels are not allowed. So to avoid this, non-incels are not allowed. Oh wait, this is from his older tweets where he was tweeting his, like, gatekeepy stuff. Breaking, the woman associating with the former incel leader known as Sarge is aware of his high rank in the incel community. Some members of the community have been issuing vague threats implying they will be back. Threats, tears of joy have been reported as well. Will you tell the lady you're a moderator of the world's most prominent incel forum? Laughing crying emoji and congrats. She sees my Twitter. She knows. Dude. Alright. Hot take here, okay? There is a pretty weird prevalence of lefty women and lefty, like, generally, like, lefty femmes dating and, like, hooking up with a disproportionately, like, Nazis and chuds. That's a real thing. Nazis and chuds make memes about it on 4chan, like, they fetishize that concept, but, like, it's real. It's real. Like, I can tell you, as somebody who is very entrenched in the lefty community, I've seen too many lefty women in relationships with people who see them and their friends as some kind of subhuman. It's actually fucking wild. No, I'm not even talking about Shu. Like, Shu's not a lefty. Shu's like a grifter. She's just kind of like a reed in the river going with the flow of, like, internet culture. I'm talking about, like, actually, like, leftist, like, lefty women. It's wild, dude. One taste of pussy... One taste of pussy pie, and a man will turn his back on his friends just like that. Thank you, old man boy pussy, for your, wise words. You'll be back, bruv. No, coming back once you cross the bridge. You are at the equivalent of a drop... Ooh, hold on. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Am I? No, I'm not. Okay, we're good. You are the equivalent of a dropout having 600k in his shitcoin wallet. Get rich quick, get poor quick. No one competent will ever let himself be on the verge of luck. Imagine being this, like, schizo-brained about the concept of having sex with a woman. And then he replies, I don't know what this means. Valid. This person quote tweets it saying, son, I'm in tears. This person's proud, at least. That's nice to see. Me when I get one slice of pussy pie. Lord. Dude, incels are wild. Their community is one of the most... At least at one point, it was very tight-knit. But even to this day, it is one of the most, like, bizarre, mentally ill, backstabby, self-attacking communities out there. Like, they really do destroy themselves. I am glad that there will never be a cohesive incel movement. I think we can all be glad about that. How do you guys enjoy that segment? I feel like it came out pretty good. Anyone in chat ever shoved cigarette butts in their ears as shooting ear protection? No. No, and I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend getting a nice pair of active noise canceling headphones that are meant for shooting. I rate that pussy pie out of 10. Based. I've eaten a cigarette once to get out of school. Can't recommend it, though. That is vile. Allow me to, like, try to purge the thought of that from my mind while I gag. Wow. Okay. Whew. Oh. God, that's vile. That's actually grosser than the hair cake that Filthy Frank, iDubbbz, and Max Mofo ate. People used to... I know, I hate chew. Ugh. I hate the concept of chew. Yeah, you poison yourself for a week. Jesus Christ. Ugh. 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 Oh, it's vile. Ugh. Fuck, I gotta cleanse that from my brain. I need to, like, watch a video of, like, some otters or something. I need a cleanse. I need otters. I think we can all agree everybody needs a pet otter. Everyone needs 2 pet otters because they're social. They're literally ocean dogs. Look at these unironic fucking water dogs. How have we not domesticated these thousands of years ago? How did we not domesticate these things for household ownership thousands of years ago? No, there are sea otters. These are sea otters. The noises they make, they squeak. River kitties, they are kind of like cats, but they're very dog-like too. I love that they use their hands to eat. They just straight up grab the food with their hands and shove it down their little adorable gullets. Imagine sleeping every night with 2 of these little creatures in your bed. Imagine being able to hand food to your pet, and it grabs the food with its hand and just shoves it down its throat. Like, they don't like eating out of the owner's hand. They want to use their mouth, or their hands. Coming to steal off of the boy otter's plate. Their names are Kotaro and Hannah is the one that steals all of Kotaro's food. So he barely gets to eat. Yeah, there she is, trying to steal his food. Look at her. Look at her plotting. He just wants food. He barely gets to eat. Look how fast she eats compared to him. Look at him, he doesn't even know how to eat. He's just a dumb little baby. He doesn't even know how. Zan, you might like rats. I've killed a lot of rats. I don't know if I could handle having one as a pet. I'd feel bad. Hannah's already finished her food, and he's finally managed to eat the first slice. She ran over to try to steal it. These are water ferrets. Listen, they were rats that were infesting my uncle's attic. I had to take care of them, okay? Look at him trying to protect his food by holding it to his chest. He doesn't want to get stolen, so he's holding it to his chest to protect it. What a good baby. He's finally learned how to eat. Look at her look at her. She's trying to steal the food out of his mouth. They make the cutest little noises. You guys aren't ready for the Xanderhall Sea Otter arc. That's gonna be wild. That's gonna be the real shit. The Sea Otter arc. Alright. I must admit I'm quite tired, so I think I've only got one segment left in me. But I will be streaming tomorrow, so don't you guys worry. Check DMs. That is a great video. That's a cute otter. I like that otter. That's a happy little baby. I love otters. They're so cool. Otters are so dope. I'm so based and otter-pilled. I'm otter maxing, dude. Holy shit. Oh wow, my shooting videos got more likes on Instagram. Thank you guys. Y'all are awesome. Alright. Okay. Whew. One more segment. I'm a sleepy boy. Whew. Like the stream for me streaming so late for you guys. Drop a like. Alright. Y'all know what to do when I say action, right? 3, 2, 1, action. They got him, guys. The largest political pundit in the entire country. The man whose voice is heard by literally more people than any other political pundit in all of America. Tucker Carlson has been fired from Fox News. Following this extremely extremely controversial segment about the breedability of the Vaporeon Pokemon. I don't know why he would do a segment like this, but I'm glad Fox News actually had the balls to terminate his contract with them after this, because this was unacceptable.
Did you know that in terms of male, human, and female Pokemon breeding, Vaporeon is the most compatible Pokemon for humans? Not only are they in the field egg group, which is mostly comprised of mammals, Vaporeon are an average of 3 feet and 3 inches tall and 63.9 pounds. This means they're large enough to be able to handle human dicks. And with their impressive base stats for HP and access to acid armor, you can be rough with one. Did you know that in
They got him. AI is a gift. They got him. They got him, dude. It's over. Rip Cucker. We lost him. We lost a real one today. No, in all seriousness, Tucker Carlson is out at Fox News. Fox News and Tucker Carlson, the right-wing extremist who used his primetime perch as the talk show network to exert a firm grip over the Republican Party, have severed ties, the network said in a stunning announcement that rocked the media and political worlds Monday. We thank him for his service to the network as a host and prior to that as a contributor, Fox News said in a short statement that did not offer an explanation for his ousting, adding only that his last show was on Friday, April 21st. Carlson, the highest-rated single Fox host, did not respond to multiple requests for comment. The decision to part ways with Carlson was made Friday evening by Fox Corporation Chief Executive Lachlan Murdoch and Fox News Chief Executive Suzanne Scott, a person familiar with the matter claimed. Carlson was informed of the decision on Monday morning, a second person familiar with the matter said. The announcement came 1 week after Fox News settled a monster defamation suit with Dominion Voting Systems for $787.5 million over the network's dissemination of election lies. You see, Tucker Carlson and particularly Fox News are constantly getting sued for defamation because they are nonstop. Basically, to push their rhetoric, they have to lie directly and claim that, like, particular institutions are engaging in crimes. And when your entire political, like, propaganda machine is based on demonstrably lying about, like, entire organizations committing crimes, you're going to get sued nonstop. In a previous lawsuit, Tucker Carlson and his lawyers and Fox News' lawyers were forced to argue in Tucker Carlson's defense. The only way to defend Tucker Carlson was to claim that what Tucker Carlson says in his show is so crazy, you literally could not take it seriously. Like, they literally claimed no mentally well person could take what Tucker Carlson says seriously, and thus it's all entertainment, and none of the lies he says can be, like, held to account. Well, while it did hold up in court once, it does not hold up in court over continuous repeat offenses. So they've been claiming that the Dominion Voting Systems company, which basically works to make a lot of the voting machines for our elections, like, Fox News has claimed that that company is corrupt and has claimed that the election was, like, rigged by them, which is a crime to lie about. They've been sued for it, and it seems like that's probably what really is getting Tucker Carlson booted, because he really felt like he could just say whatever the fuck he wanted on air and get away with it, and turns out that's not true. The lawsuit had exposed Carlson disparaging colleagues. Ooh. A lawsuit filed in March by his now fired top booker, Abby Grossberg, also included a number of allegations of sexism on his show. Okay, is that really like a burn on Tucker Carlson? That Tucker Carlson is sexist to his female coworkers and subordinates? You really think Tucker Carlson fans would even care if it, like, was fully outed that he was raping women that worked for him? Like, he's a fascist. He is in favor of, like, the full removal of autonomy for women. Like, why Why would that be a burn? Not really a shocker. During his time as a primetime host on Fox News, Carlson ascended to become one of the most influential figures inside the GOP. Republican lawmakers groveled at his feet, and former President Donald Trump granted him the first interview earlier this month after his arraignment in New York. Carlson propelled himself to stardom in recent years by being a top promoter of conspiracy theories and radical rhetoric. Not only did he repeatedly sow doubt about the legitimacy of the 2020 election, but he also prompted conspiracy theories about the COVID-19 vaccines and elevated white nationalist talking points. Oh yeah, the amount of anti-vax rhetoric this guy spread, millions of American deaths. The blood of millions of dead Americans, both anti-vax and not anti-vax, are on the hands of Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson is responsible for millions of deaths, in my opinion. The Republican Party, when it comes to COVID, is directly responsible for millions of deaths. Not even just for their own, by the way. Not even just the anti-vaxxers in their own ranks that refuse to get vaccinated. I got vaccinated as much as I possibly could, and I still got COVID, and it fucked me up. People die or get mass COVID or long COVID that ruins their lives because of it, okay? These Republicans, these anti-vaxxers, it doesn't just affect them. The deaths and the ruined quality of lives of every single American is on their hands. That blood is on their hands, and they deserve to pay for those deaths. Won't say how, just saying they deserve to pay for those deaths. Jonathan Greenblatt, the head of the Anti-Defamation League, praised Fox News' decision, saying it is about time, and that for far too long, Carlson has used his primetime show to spew anti-Semitic, racist, xenophobic, and anti-LGBTQ hate to millions. Inside Fox News, some of Carlson's internal critics rejoiced upon learning of the news. People inside the network told CNN there's a lot of relief generally, surprised they had the nerve to do it, and hope for a culture change, one employee explained. Yeah, even within, like, the GOP and the Republican Party, Tucker Carlson and Donald Trump represent this, like, hyper rude, hyper anti-establishment, far-right, like, bent that actually isn't very beneficial for business. You see, for a long time, the stereotypical Republican was an old man in a suit who cared first and foremost about making sure he was making the most money and making the people who are lining his pockets the most money. And that's still true. But nowadays, the most popular Republicans, the stereotype, are those that utilize popularist fervor to push open vitriolic hate towards minorities. Yeah, pretty wild. Carlson was a key figure in Dominion's mammoth defamation lawsuit against Fox News, which the parties settled last week on the brink of a trial for a historic $787 million settlement. Damn. In some ways, Carlson played an outsized role in the litigation. Only one of the 20 alleged defamatory Fox broadcasts mentioned in the lawsuit came from Tucker Carlson's top-rated show, but he was set to be one of Dominion's first witnesses to testify at trial, and his private text messages, which became public as part of the suit, reverberated nationwide. Dominion got its hands on Carlson's group chats with fellow Fox primetime stars Sean Hannity and Laura Ingraham, and a trove of other messages from around the 2020 presidential election. These communications revealed that Carlson told confidence that he passionately hated former President Donald Trump and that Trump's tenure in the White House was a disaster. He also used misogynistic terms to criticize pro-Trump lawyer Sidney Powell and rejected her conspiracies about the 2020 election being stolen, even as those wild theories got airtime on Fox News. By the way, it's all a grift. Did you guys know it's all a grift? Literally, there's DMs leaked of Tucker Carlson admitting he hates Trump. He doesn't believe the election was stolen. He thinks that Trump's presidency is a disaster and it's all a grift. He's literally argued that he plays a character and nothing he says should be taken seriously in court to protect himself against getting sued for lying. The largest and most influential, the face of conservatism, is an open and provable grifter and liar. They are all like this. Additionally, Carlson disparaged the right-wing network's leaders in a series of text messages revealed in the Dominion's defamation case. In a text on November 5th, 2020, 2 days after the 2020 election, Carlson wrote his producer, Alex Pfeiffer, "We worked really hard to build what we have here. Those fuckers are destroying our credibility. It enrages me." The pair appeared to be discussing the network's coverage of the 2020 election, which had just recently and correctly called the critical state of Arizona for Joe Biden, enraging the network's pro-Trump audience. Carlson later added on November 6 to Pfeiffer, "A combination of incompetent liberals and top leadership with too much pride to back down is what's happening." Fox and other outlets projected that Biden would clinch the White House one day later. In a separate series of messages on November 8th, Carlson wrote, "Do the executives understand how much credibility and trust we've lost with our audience? We're playing with fire, for real." The lawsuit exposed how Carlson privately held a wholly different view than his on-air persona. A Dominion spokesperson did not comment on Carlson's departure from Fox. In the 2 years since the attack on the U.S. Capitol, the Fox primetime host used his huge platform to amplify paper-thin theories that the attack was a false flag allegation orchestrated by the FBI and the government, and government agents because they loathed Trump, and the criminal rioters were themselves the victims. Yeah, he's been claiming that it was all a false flag, and all the conservatives that went there to try to do a coup that are getting arrested for it are all just being like attacked by the government for being pro-Trump. The baseless theory originated from a right-wing website, and Carlson catapulted it into the mainstream by repeatedly featuring it on his show. He routinely suggested that Capitol rioter and Trump supporter Ray Epps was actually an FBI provocateur who sparked the deadly riot. In a 60 Minutes interview that aired Sunday night, Epps had this to say about Carlson's lies. "Quote unquote, he's obsessed with me. He's going to any means possible to destroy my life and our lives." Yeah, Tucker Carlson doesn't even care about the poor suckers he's propagandizing to. He'll destroy your life if it means he gets to do another show. An attorney for Epps sent a legal demand to Fox News in March demanding a retraction for false and defamatory statements made about his client. Carlson never apologized on air. Carlson's disinformation campaign about January 6 reached its apex just a few months ago, with an assist from the newly installed House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, a California Republican. The top-rated Fox host obtained and aired never-before-seen footage from Capitol security cameras, but the clips were cherry-picked and selectively edited, he said on his program, and he ran the tapes by the U.S. Capitol Police before airing the material, but they disputed his claim because he was lying. Shares of Fox Corp, Foxa, that's really their... okay. Fell 5% on the news. The stock has been up slightly before... was up slightly before the announcement. Whew. Well, goddamn. It seems things are a little rough right now over at Fox News. Things are kind of falling apart for the right at the moment. Behind-the-scenes allegations. Grossberg, the ex-Fox News producer who has since disavowed the network, claimed in recent lawsuits that there was rampant sexism and misogyny among Tucker Carlson's show team. Last month, she sued Fox News, Carlson, his executive producer Justin Wells, and other figures, as well as Fox's parent corporation. Grossberg, who joined Carlson's team after the 2020 election, said in her lawsuit that after her first day on the job that it became apparent how pervasive the misogyny and drive to embarrass and objectify women was among the male staff at TCT, referring to Tucker Carlson tonight. The lawsuits also claim that Grossberg alerted Wells to some of the inappropriate and harassing conduct that she endured while working at the show, but he brushed aside her concerns, according to court filings. Fox News is aggressively fighting 2 lawsuits from Grossberg. A Fox spokesperson previously said the lawsuits were riddled with false allegations against the network and our employees. In a lawsuit filed last month, Grossberg said Carlson was very capable of using such disgusting language about women in the workplace. Sorry, my nose is itchy. She cited some of Carlson's private texts to colleagues that were made public in the Dominion case, where he used the phrase cunt to refer to Trump's lawyer Sidney Powell, the top 2020 election denier. Really? Really, cunt is misogynistic? Really? I mean, it can be, but like... in that context, it probably was, but the word isn't so misogynistic you have to censor it in your article. But, okay. Yeah, no, it's just speaking Australian. In a TV interview, she said the sexual harassment was so bad that she considered suicide. Wells was well aware of the massive impact he and Carlson had on GOP politics, according to Grossberg's lawsuit. She quoted on a November 2022 editorial meeting where Wells allegedly said they had the power to select the 2024 GOP presidential candidate, and a January meeting where he said Carlson planned to save the Republican Party by resolving the epic intra-party struggle over the House speakership. God, my nose is like itching so much for no reason. It's distracting me from being able to read well. Carlson's departure at Fox News comes after the network's also severed ties with the right-wing bomb thrower Dan Bongino, who had been a regular fixture on the network's programming, in addition to hosting a weekend show. Folks, regretfully, last week was my last show on Fox News on the Fox News channel, Bongino said on Rumble, chalking up the exit to a contract dispute. So the show ending last week was tough, and I want you to know it's not some big conspiracy. I promise you, there's no acrimony. This wasn't some like WWE brawl that happened. We just couldn't come to terms on an extension. That's really it. Fox News responded in a statement. We thank Dan for his contributions and wish him success in his future endeavors. Dude, it's all falling apart. What did I tell you guys? I've been telling you, I told you, like 2 years ago, a new age of right-wing cultural dominance is coming. And I've been telling you for months now, we're in the peak of that same era of right-wing cultural dominance. And that they've overextended themselves, and we're going to watch as things slowly start to fall apart. It's happening. It's happening, guys. You love to see it. Alrighty. How'd you guys enjoy that stream? I feel like we had a good last-second late-night stream tonight. Not super long, not a lot of segments, but I feel like it was still good, and I'll of course be streaming tomorrow as well. So keep an eye out for that. Good shit? Hell yeah. 'Twas nice, don't forget to check DMs, I shall. Damn, did I miss it? I'm afraid you seem to have missed my stream. It's been a fun one. I really appreciate all of you coming out and lending your support my way. You have all been really amazing. I really do appreciate it. I wish I'd made like a stream ending screen, but I guess I'll just use the stream starting screen. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, guys. I love you all very much. Thank you for the support. You're all amazing. I'll see you all tomorrow, and as always, have an amazing night.